I see the connection. I don't. Hold on, let me refresh to see if we're actually live. All right. Yes, I see the in-stream button. Hi guys.
Heyo.
It's 7 p.m. I just had a bowl of cereal. It's dark. I'm wearing sunglasses.
Are you really wearing sunglasses?
No, but I just wanted to quote the Blues Brothers. I could be wearing sunglasses. I should give everybody a fair warning right now before I even do like Patreon intro or whatever. There's 9 people here. I am a zombie right now.
You are a zombie.
I don't think I have been any less zombie-like in a long time.
Yeah, so, real quick, I guess we'll explain that. So, you might have saw some tweets fired off earlier today. That was by Lucky, because Lucky's pretty okay on not surviving on, good amounts of sleep. I went to bed at 3 a.m. I got up at 9 a.m. I'm like, yeah, no, that's usual for me.
And honestly, that's what, 6 hours? I can do a 6-hour stint if I have to. That was not really what I think we would describe what I did last night.
Well, what'd you do?
Okay, so if you've seen our tweets and stuff, like Lucky got up, he fired off some tweets. I had this comment too. I was actually like awake and getting started on my work when you checked in and were like, oh, I see, the thing hasn't happened yet. That's not great.
Yeah.
So we recorded Let's Talk FGO last night. It does exist, if you're asking about it. I think it finally finished uploading and processing and all that stuff, probably about an hour ago. But we recorded for 6 hours. The final audio, and 6 hours and some change. The final audio is 5.5 hours long, which I had to edit it to make it that size. We recorded until like 3 in the morning, my time. And then I had to edit it and export it and all that stuff. So, and I'll be real, I've already got like a night shift type sleep style already, thanks to this industry, business, whatever you want to call it, we do. Right, that already, and it's serviceable, I work with it, but, so I was up late, and I don't think I went to sleep until like 7 a.m.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I believe it or not, did not have a great sleep last night because, one, I think it was every day of the week but today, it's been cold. Like, it's been at least what people would call cool, if not outright cold, especially for Florida. Like, low 50s. Not like freezing cold, but you're like, man, that's cold. Today I wake up at like 3 p.m. Well, and actually I woke up several times. From about noon on, I woke up like every hour because I wasn't sleeping great. I'd open my eyes and I'd look at the progress bar going on my computer of the video exporting, and it's still not done. It did not finish exporting until after I actually woke up, got up, and started getting breakfast, okay?
Yeah.
That's how long this friggin' export took.
Yeah, this is why I fired off these, because I figured that Omega was probably going to be up late, so I was like, alright, I'll post a video if it's all up and ready. And I go up and it's like, no, it's not all up and ready. I was like, oh no.
No, it was not pre-prepped, no. It went through the night. I did manage to get the audio out to patrons preliminary. And Robin and Sleep don't get along either. I know this from D&D time, but bless Robin for working through the night to actually do time codes based on the audio version.
Yeah.
Because the video didn't exist. And I know Robin usually waits for the video to sync up, but quite frankly, with what the monster we've created, it's probably fine.
Probably.
It's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
So like the video wasn't even ready until this afternoon.
Yeah.
Right. But also, as I was saying, it was pretty warm today. When I started waking up, it was like 80 degrees in this house.
Jeez.
And because it had been cold, the air wasn't on.
Oh no.
So I had a very unsettlingly slightly warm sleep, where I had to get up, like I said, like at noon after getting like. That would be about 5 hours of sleep. I had to get up, turn my fan up a couple clicks, and go back to bed for another couple of hours. Because, like I said earlier to Lucky, if I get a clean 6 hours of sleep, I can live.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, but if it's broken up constantly or you're uncomfortable, yeah, no, that's a whole different ballpark.
No, it was an up and down sleep, and I slept until about 3-ish. But like I said, there was some tossing and turning and some rolling over in there, so it wasn't a clean sleep. So I wake up at like 3 p.m. and I look over. Lucky's playing Civ, by the way.
Yes, I am.
You finally got it to load up.
Yep.
I look over. The video's not friggin' done.
No.
All right? Like, literally, I slept the entire night, and I started this thing before I actually went to bed. I was probably laying in bed for like a half hour before I actually went to sleep. This thing was still cooking. It's not done when I wake up. Which is why when I finally started to get my shit together, and I'm like, okay, it's not quite done. We're working on it. By the time I, like, boot up everything myself, I'm booted up, you know, coffee's cooking, getting ready to start my day. I'm on Twitter. Lucky's thrown out the tweet as a studio account. It's actually finally finished, and I'm just started the uploading process, and I was like, I need to let people know. What did I actually do? Let me check.
There was a lot of caps involved.
Yeah, well, it's because I felt like it was warranted because I'm like, you know, crawling out of bed trying to get it done, and it's not going. What did I say? Yeah, I said it was up. I was uploading it right now. The video was exporting literally the entire time I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And it took it like an hour and a half, I think, to upload. So it's just it exists now. It's up. I've been debating whether or not I would premiere it tonight at like midnight. I don't think I'm gonna do it though, because it's 5.5 hours.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Guys, we've already suffered through the super long late recording. I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
Yeah, no.
I'll just post it tomorrow. And so I think we've got one of the weirdest instances where we're doing a What's Up right now. It's live. It's What's Up live now. So it's going out while the Let's Talk FGO episode exists, but is not posted publicly yet.
There are several.
But that's what happens when you make a 5.5 hour episode.
No, I don't want the owls on Minerva. Get out of here. Yeet.
Hey, no, the owls are cool, man. They give you a lot of money. We'll probably talk about that later. But first, before I go back into Zombieland, let me read the patron. And to remind everybody, this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Adam Harper, Comics Architect 10, Black SOG, Carlos, Quad, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Rogue Robin, Shiny P, Some Guy Bob, Soda Stone over 2/7, Zach Reed. If you like what you want to do more, support us on Patreon, so your life-affirming money juice will make me feel like less of a corpse.
I make it as a sword because I've decided to make it as a sword, by the way.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. I like swords.
He likes swords. Honestly, it was like, the problem is, you know, we're supposed to say like Omega's a robot or something. I'm just like, I can't think of a simple robot design, but he likes swords, and I can doodle a sword real fast and put a fucking mic and headphones in front of it.
You know how Meowth learned to talk like a human with a horrible accent? I'm just an intelligent speaking Honedge. I'm just a sword that talks.
I don't know, maybe I'll...
No,
Maybe I'll make a cooler design
later. Did I see
later.
in your scroll it still says you're playing Age of Calamity?
Where?
Did you not change your text? In the scroll text.
Is it? Oh, it is. Heck, fuck. Let me fix that. I knew I forgot something.
That's okay. I just happened to look up and see it scroll by.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, there's our Patreon intro. We're going.
Let's see.
Welcome to What's Up.
Civilization 6. I'm gonna go VI. Yeah.
So there was actually a decent amount of back and forth amongst the people about what game you would be playing.
Yeah, so I put up a poll. Usually the plan is I usually check in with Omega, like, it's like, hey, what time do you feel like streaming? Or getting this underway, because I fucking knew, he might not on point, so I was like, alright, give me a time. He's all like, need a little bit more time. It's like, okay, cool. Set up the stream.
No, I think that worked out.
Yeah. Set up the stream, and I was like, alright, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna stream, because honestly, Lucky really doesn't mind what he streams. He wants to stream the thing that people want to see. It's quite simple. Simple like that.
Yeah, we just need a background feature to go with quote unquote us in the foreground and the chat on the side, right?
Yes.
Like we just, need a window of a little action. That's what we do with What's Up Live, and it seems to be working. Like people do seem to be slightly more engaged in the show.
Yay. But, so, I was like, alright, what's relevant to me right now? Because as much as I don't mind, I still want to play something that I'm least interested in. Lets me keep, focus. I suppose is the best way to put it. Still got 5 turns before that. Let's... Fuck, a little bit over. So I was like, alright, what have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Genshin Impact. I've been playing a lot of Age of Calamity. been playing a lot of Civ, and as I said, I finally started playing Stellaris. So I was like, all right, I'll put those 4 in there. And it was a little wild. So unfortunately for Stellaris almost got knocked out of the running pretty fast. I think out of all the votes, I think it only got 11%. The rest, like, usually if a game makes a pretty significant lead, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna call it. It's this one. This one did not. I actually had to keep checking up on it and just be like, what's happening? Because for a while it was Genshin Impact. Then that swapped over to Age of Calamity. Then that switched back over to Civ 6, and the rest of the time Civ 6 maintained the lead, but it was never a big lead. I think it was like at like most 5% from another one. I'm like, that's too close. That's too fucking close.
Yeah, so I'm looking right now at it. It's completely stair-step staggered right now.
Yeah.
Stellaris is 17%, Hyrule Warriors is 22%, Genshin is 29%, and Civ 6 is 32%. So,
yeah. I'm actually a little curious why people decided to pick Civ.
I don't know, you've been talking about it a lot. It's very popular.
It is popular, and I do have the new Frontier Pass, so I have all the new shit. I just joined the fucking Void Singers, a secret society. And I got an extra government promotion, so sure, I'll get my Pope.
Our governor.
My immortal Pope. I'm gonna get that going. Yeah, like, as I said, for Age of Calamity, I had to put in that there would be spoilers in there, most likely, because I have been playing it fairly regularly. And there are things that are happening that you might not have expected. And so I'm like, I don't want to ruin that for people, especially if they haven't gotten it already. So that's why I, along with putting a lot of butts in the options, I was like, all right, there are going to be spoilers in this, just so you know. So that might have been something to do why some people didn't vote for it. They're like, no, don't spoil me, bro. I'm like, that's fair.
No, I see it. I mean, heck, if you'd picked it, because I don't want spoilers. I haven't gotten it yet.
My liege.
Yep.
I might try and pick it up this month, but, you know, got a lot of stuff going, so,
Dunno.
But yeah, I would have been like, oh, I might have to skimp out on that.
Enacting new
You know.
policies.
It is not wisdom.
But
Yeah, Civ 6, which is it's a good counterpoint. We talk about it a lot.
we do. Oh, excuse me. Like, I can't. Did I mention last week that I picked up the new Frontier Pass, or was it last week that we actually played with like the new modes and you got to actually try them out?
It was last week that you were talking about getting the pass, because that's when I got the pass. Somebody was kind enough to gift it.
Oh, okay. Then, because we did play like one game with some of the new stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
So,
and I can say, and we can talk about that later, or I can talk about it later, is I also did I've been doing some solo play, so I played myself a solo run with all the stuff. So I have some commentary there too, which is why earlier when you were like, "Oh, get those Owls of Minerva out here," I was like, "Hey, wait a minute." But yeah, so we played a little bit of multiplayer with everything. I don't think we got super. Well, no, we definitely did not get super far because we've definitely talked about this in past. We've talked about how online speed kind of fast.
But here's the thing: fucking online speed is 200% speed. The speed below that, quick, is only 300% speed. Well, actually, no. Excuse me. 100% speed. 100% speed plus. Very specific.
It's like what 30? It says it's like 33% faster.
Yeah. Online is 100%, and then quick right below it is 33% faster. I was like, and my immediate thought when I realized it is like, guys, why isn't there like a 50% or a 75%?
Yeah, I'd love that. Because I actually played on my own time on quick because I was like, I want some speed. It worked out. I don't think I was ever bamboozled by the time. But it's definitely like for online, because we tried it. I was like, because we've said before, online might be a little fast. It is very spicily fast at times. Like it really moves on. But we tried it at quick, and honestly, at a lot of points, that felt almost too slow. We were definitely like, actually like, oh man, I'm not making a lot of progress towards my goals in our limited amount of time. We're all up and awake in the middle of the night playing Civ. So yeah, I definitely would appreciate, right? If they had like a 1, even for home play, I'd love a 1.5 speed.
I'm pretty sure there's like maybe a mod somewhere that'll let you do it, but
Like when we were learning, normal speed, great, because you need time to think about stuff. You don't want stuff to creep up on you too long. Then you play a couple games of multiplayer where it's like, none of this matters, nothing matters. You're like, holy shit, I love the speed, but also maybe it's a little too fast.
especially if you're playing with AIs, you might have a who might have a
or if you're playing with certain civs who like to just go apeshit.
yeah, they like
But even then, in quick mode, I believe I was playing Japan that time, who are that's the game I played at home. I think I've mastered the Japan mode.
Japan
Of just, like, I wasn't super optimized, but I was still able to chain adjacency bonuses through a couple of things and do some different policies. And I actually, for once in my life, playing Civ 6, had a money strat. Like, there were multiple turns where I was like, I've got like 5k gold. I'll just buy 5 builders, or I'll just I built a water park last turn. Let me just buy the first 4 buildings in that. You know, like, which is a great feeling because you look at how much gold you're making and how much gold is in your treasury, and you're just like, oh, I'll be fine next turn.
I have maxed out the amount of cities.
There were some points where people were like I actually play a lot versus AI Tamar because AI Tamar is kind of a softie. Like, you got to watch out for her trying to scoop your city states, but otherwise, Georgia's not necessarily a very dangerous civ to play against as an AI.
Nah.
Like, I want to say most civs have a good power base if you know how to play them correctly as a player.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how they necessarily work out in like a PvP environment. But as enemy civs, there are a lot of civs who are like, oh, these guys are big weenies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know if maybe it was one of her alt goals, but she kept trying to buy like great works off me. Keep in mind, this is great works as we're in the information age, and for several turns, the game has been telling me I'm getting closer and closer to a culture victory, which is ultimately how I won. It was that or science. I was like a handful of turns away from science victory as well, because you can do some dumb stuff when you have money and you have Japan's adjacency bonuses. But like, she was like, oh, I will give you 40 gold for like a Monet landscape, and I was like, woman, do you understand how much money I'm making per turn right now? I'm making 1k gold per turn. I have like two destroyers, 2 nuke subs. Because I will say, so I played on Archipelago, and I won, so I got an Achievo for that. I might not go Archipelago again, because I've realized there's a slight problem with Archipelago. I like the coastal action, right?
Yeah.
And I like being isolated from my neighbors some of the time.
Right.
I still ended up crammed on a border with Teddy Roosevelt, which was a little awkward. Because I was I did it with 6. I might kick that up to 8 next time for me, because I don't want the game to explode, but I did have a huge map, and we had like 6 guys going. It was never a problem. We had shitloads of barbarians too. So I think I need to spice up my numbers a little bit. I've tried a huge map with literally all the civs and all the city-states, and my computer doesn't like that because city-states will shit out like 5 warriors that have to move every turn. And my computer's like... At one point, I literally played a game where I was surrounded by like 5 city-states, all with like 4 or 5 warriors and builders all trying to move, and my computer was just like, okay, hold on. Wait, give me a second. Like, I was like, okay, I should try and control this a little bit. Like, I know I don't have the best machine, and there are a lot of moving parts, right? So, but I've played a full game, and I'm like, okay, I need some more. But I think I might switch to Islands and Continents next, because even into the information age, we had a real barbarian problem, because there were some barbarian camps on isolated islands. And I will say this is the thing I don't think is good about Civ, is the way attacking land with navy works.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can take a barbarian camp with a naval unit until the Renaissance era, until you get naval raiders, the privateer, I think. Because quadriremes are ranged, they can kill barbarians real good, but they can't clear camps. And galleys will find stuff, but they can't attack land. So I'm like,
oh wait, no, I'm dumb.
I've definitely noticed a thing where I'm like, okay, it reminds me of like how much of like an artifact barbarians are. I've said this before, right? Like, I don't think you should be able to get to the information age when coastal barbarian camps are like I come around the corner in my modern in my destroyer or whatever, my destroyer armada that's been with me since the Ironclad era, and I roll up and I'm like, I see there's a coastal barbarian camp here. It's got 2 quadriremes, 2 caravels, and also a battleship of their own. Weird. Or at one point I fought another one who like hit up in the north, the ice caps for like 5,000 years or whatever, and I roll up there and I'm like, these guys have 2 submarines. What do they need? How do they? Literally, there's nothing but 2 tribal villages and snow and ice here. Where did they get 2 subs? How does this work? Like, I appreciate the early game, and I don't mind that they still can exist in the late game. I just feel like there's so many weird details of how like units work in Civ that's just like, man, barbarians are weird sometimes, guys. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna change up some of my map goals. But yeah, if you want money, Owls of Minerva are great for that. They give you a special bank. They give you extra cash per turn. I love them. Though I need to try out. I want to see what the Hermetic Order is like too, as well. I think.
No man ever wetted clay.
But I really like Owls of Minerva because I like money.
At 4 different points, I had something to respond upon, but Omega just does not stop ever. God.
Sorry, I was telling an entire like I played a game of Civ to completion. That's a lot of hours. There's a lot of story there.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Well, I can give you some prompts to bounce back off of, because there's a couple points I think there that would have been key for responding. Because barbarians, you're playing a solo right now? Yeah. Solo game. We probably could have set this up to multiplayer, but
we probably could have, but like I said, that would require more thought. And I'm like, I'm just gonna let you do what you so you don't have to fucking think.
That's what happened right there. That was all strike with no thought.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about secret societies because you usually go Void Singers.
Well, yeah, I usually go Void Singers because the way Secret Society works is one's usually based towards like each style of play. Like, Owls Minerva is based towards, gold. Void Singer is based more towards faith. Hermetic Order, I believe, is science?
Yes, I would assume they are science, because you can find them by discovering natural wonders.
Yeah. And the last one, what was it? The
Sanguine Pact is violence.
Yeah, just violence.
You get them by clearing barbarian camps.
So yeah, I like usually going with Void Singers because, basically, actually I can just pull it up here on the thing. They basically almost function like a governor, except you don't actually need to put them in a city. And they, like, have, like, 4 different tiers. Like, the first one for Void Singers is, basically, instead of the regular-ass, monument, you get the Old God Obelisk. And, actually, let me see here. Ah, here it is. And usually, all a monument does is give +1 loyalty, and if loyalty's max, it gives you +1 culture. Well, the Old God Obelisk also gives you +4 faith. So it's really
good.
Yeah, it's really good for that early game faith gen. And right after that, once you actually get into Ritual, which is unlocked in the medieval era, because you can only unlock them at certain ages or eras, excuse me.
Yes, that is a thing about we should say about secret societies. They progressively unlock per era.
Yes. But basically, and once medieval cities will start earning gold, science, and culture per turn equal to 20% of their faith per turn rate, which isn't a lot, but the thing that you definitely notice that when you usually play faith-based civs, usually you don't have a lot in the way of generating science and culture because you're trying to just maximize your faith for those builds. So it's something that lets you ease the burden a little bit.
Yeah, it basically turns a faith-based build into... Because I've done some shenanigans around with faith, and adjacency bonuses are dumb. I had, like... I kind of wish I'd gone a little more whole hog on religion. I had, like, 40k faith when I finished the game as Japan, and nothing to do with it but buy rock bands. But yeah, so when you are doing this kind of stuff, you don't usually... And there are ways. I think we've definitely talked before about the different religious beliefs you can have, where you can have like the meeting house and stuff to get extra production. You can have
yes,
I usually do a religion which turns faith into extra production or extra science.
Yeah,
Ritual buff you talk about just does that by default.
Yeah. So so usually like I said, I'm gonna be spreading the religion of butts. Promise made, promise kept. I like to. It's funny. I do this basically every game. I always go for faith, and I start the Church of Carvatology, which is first off based off of fertility rites for that growth, and then we go with feed the world and the Gadara, which is just more food, so my people are never starving, and they just have the hugest cities. Everyone just eat, fucks, and bees happies and appreciates, big asses. Let's see, let's promote.
Ooh, I definitely. Sorry, Vespers just mentioned what the Hermetic Order does at Industrial Era tier.
Oh.
Basically, the Hermetic Order is about ley lines. You can locate ley line tiles on the map that count as a resource. Sorry, Mike, a second. There it is. Sorry, my sinuses have also been killing me today. I don't know what's up. Maybe it's the way the weather's gone like cold and then warm again. It's making the plants freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when the plants freak out, my sinuses freak out. But yeah, so you can discover these ley line resources. They give you standard adjacency bonuses to everything, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Civilization.
Thousands have lived.
But when you use indoctrination, which Vesperus pointed out, for every great person you earn, ley lines get +1 yield equal to that great person's district type. With great admirals and great generals also doing +1 science because they're about science, and I'm like, holy shit, that's great. Cause let me tell you, in that game I just played as Japan, I was just pooping out great people. Like every era, I got like 5 of them, like 4 great scientists. When I got to culture, I was just like great writer, great musician, great artist, great writer. Just I had to like rush build other shit so I could put their work somewhere, which is always the problem with great artists of all types.
Well, I think I'm gonna be getting a Dark Age because, as usual, fucking AI is like, hey, I want this one thing in particular way the fuck over there, so I'm gonna ignore fucking everything else, and I'm gonna rush this fucking Civ forward.
Yeah, that is I feel like the ancient era is the most likely way to hit that first Dark Age. I think I did that too, even in my game. It's just because the civs are all crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because me personally, I spread out my research because I like to be thorough. Mm-hmm. And so usually when I'm doing the building, I'm just like, all right, I'll just pick up this here, pick up that there, go left and right. I'm not looking like 80 down the damn line, being like, all right, I want this in particular.
Yeah, I definitely like if there's a lot of tech or civics you can pick from, I'll like look at all the ones that are currently available, right, and be like, okay, this is what I need like right now. Like in a couple of our multiplayer games when I've been playing England, I've been like, I understand my niche. I am going to go hardcore for all coastal sea, navy-based tech and civics. But some games you're just like, I don't fucking know. I guess give me a new government or whatever. And honestly, for the most part, as you get farther and farther down the line, I feel like the tech and civics almost matter less and less which one you're doing. To the point where literally if you get to the end, right, you will just, like if you cap out the tech tree and the civic tree, which I did this game, first time, they literally just turn into projects which give you bonus science and bonus culture.
Mm-hmm, yep.
And it's like, okay. So, like, as you get, and, like, the last couple techs are just, like, your giant death robot gets better. The last couple civics are just, like, you get an extra weird policy now. Like, a weird wildcard policy. Ugh.
Ooh.
It's, like, obviously they have bonuses, like, you can get, like, protective wildcard policies to be like, oh, well, you have a spaceport, other civs don't generate tourism off you, or shit like that. Or offensive ones, like, you generate, like, 50% tourism when you have a trade like a trade route, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's all to, like, clinch your victory conditions, but they're all very lackluster. We've definitely talked about that. Well, I love what they add with the secret societies, like Like the shit like the Hermetic Order and the Void Singers, and especially, arguably especially the Sanguine Pact, is like so weird. Like honestly, the Owls of Minerva are the least weird. They're just like, you get free envoys with trade routes. You can build the Gilded Vault, which is a bank but cooler. That's their second tier. Because it gives you more gold, more culture, and great merchant points and stuff. Then their big thing when you get to their last two is spies. So Indoctrination, their third tier, gives you +2 spy capacity. And while you have a spy in your cities, your own cities, so if you want to play spies defensively, you get +4 loyalty and +1 amenity, which is really good. And then their last thing is just whenever you do a spy mission, you also gain half the gold, faith, culture, and science of that targeted city earned that turn. And also you get a flat 3% of your gold treasury per turn up to 1k. So like they are just spies and money. Like arguably not even that weird. Whereas Hermetic Order is like ley lines and Void Singers have cultists.
Yeah, cultists are wild. I haven't really done any big plays with cultists, but they're great because basically the way they work is you generate them with faith, and then you send them to cities and you activate them, and they basically give like -20 loyalty to that city. When they've used all their charges or they die in any sort of fashion, they just automatically give you a relic. They give you a very creepy relic. I've gotten, let's see here. Well, of course, the one that I'm going to remember is when I got the Black Goat Tone, and I was like,
Wild.
Yeah, but, you know, it's relics of that nature. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
And then
well, and that obviously helps both the faith and the culture victory very strong, right?
Yeah.
That's like, oh, I have relics, those can generate tourism, relics generate faith. More relics, more cultists. I assume the idea then is if you convert them to your religion, right? When you break their loyalty?
No, then they just go into,
Well, no, I mean, is if you convert them and then you break their loyalty, they're more likely to side with you, I think is the, like, overarching strat.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really played with it. Because, yeah, like, as I said, usually, like, my games usually, like, end with, score victories. And honestly, I usually either win or I come in second because they do something fucking weird. But, like, as I said, I've never really had the real chance to really play with, like, actually trying to undermine a city's loyalty and seeing what happens. The only time I've really seen it now is now that I have dramatic ages, like, when cities go into a dark age, they just automatically fucking, like, lose a city or two.
Yeah. The dramatic dark ages exist to make... Dramatic ages, rather, exist to make ages spicier.
Of course he took fucking... God. There's so much forest and rain...
Well, I mean, this is why... I know you always go for fertility rights, but this is why... What is it? Sacred Path?
Yeah.
There's specifically a special religion founding... A pantheon bonus where you can get, like, extra faith out of rainforest tiles and shit.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of those things. Those, I think, are usually super specialized, though.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna
like,
wait till
it's interesting to see all their efforts.
I'm gonna wait till after the fucking dark age before I fucking lose you to a fucking loyalty fucking gaff.
Yeah, I definitely wanna. I'll have to figure out. I don't think I'll go whole hog on like Babylonia, cause like I know a lot of people seem very excited about its weird science strat, but I don't. I as much as I like Eureka's, that feels a little too flippy to me.
Oh yeah, no,
like you generate basically no science on your own, but if you get a Eureka, you get free tech. I'm like, it seems a little too swingy for my liking. But I definitely want to. I'm reading over the Hermetic Order. I'm like, oh, I want to try that sometime.
Well, Scout, you're just gonna have to hold off a fucking barbarian.
Sometimes they do. I also still something I feel like since I don't know if they like rebalanced some combat numbers. I feel like I feel like my scouts are less reliable at holding off barbarians now.
Yeah, no. I completely feel that. Oh!
Was it in my mind?
Yeah, you took one out! Good job, mate!
Luckily, those guys get just free XP.
Yep, here we go. Fucking Dark Age. Thanks, fucking assholes.
Mysticism is the mistake of
Oh, that reminds me. I should, when I do Hermetic Order, what I should do is I should rebuild my Korea game. Because I was playing a game with Korea before I got there, because I wanted to see how nuts they were.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty nuts on science. Maybe I'll do that. I'll set up a Hermetic Order and have a Korea go for science / having lasers in the Renaissance era game.
I am Superman. I found 5 city-states. 4 of them are fucking economy. 1 is faith.
Yeah, that's one thing. So, love city-states. There's some really fun ones.
Oh, yeah.
I found one, or an early one that I think was faith-based, where every time you discover a natural wonder, they give you a relic.
Yes.
That's a great city-state. I don't remember its name, unfortunately, but it's
Ooh,
it's
Zanzibar.
super cool.
I'll go for Zanzibar.
But
Hey,
I really wish you could control the levels of them, right? Like
Yeah.
the ratios, because like you say, sometimes you find like 4 economics in one, and then like I think my last game had like 1 military city-state, and then like 2 production, 2 science, like 1 or 2 faith, and then the rest were economic, and it was just like, okay, this seems a little unbalanced. This is a little weird. But yeah, Civ's still cool. Still super excited, I should say, to check out whatever they got coming next for the last 1 or 2 packs on that frontier.
Yep. Quick, promote! Now you can run away faster. But you're not.
I think there's a lot of features in the Frontier Pass that are pretty cool. God, I love heroes, guys.
Yeah, no, heroes are great.
I definitely think there are some that are like super powerful early game. Anazi, crazy. If you're just like, I don't need resources. Anazi just eats fucking resources for science and culture. It's great. Herc is a beast because he's got like 4 charges of free districts.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, early game especially, that's amazing. And you can just be like, there's a campus here now, or there's a theater district. And heck, even if you're not doing, like, if you're doing faith-based, you can just be like, holy site, boom.
Boom.
He's really great. I haven't actually tried out a lot of the direct ones. I used Sinbad a little. I unfortunately think that I picked Sinbad too late. And as cool as Sinbad is as a boat hero, and I think, like, I think Sinbad is designed to fill that gap we talked about, right? Where you're like, when you're in the early game, you don't have a good way to deal with barbarian camps on other coastlines. Because he will basically siphon away a certain amount of gold or half destroy any barbarian in his range. But once you get to the point where barbarians are like 2 battleships and an ironclad, poor little Sinbad can't hold up forever.
No.
So there's definitely some fun stuff. I know I have not had a great opportunity because of city-state placement to try out some cool Himiko strats, but I definitely see that she has them.
Oh, yeah, no. I love me some Himiko. As soon as my Hanging Gardens, I am going to... Oh, hey, did I get my profit? Hey, I got Siddhartha Gautama. We're gonna recruit this fucker. Heyo.
The Buddha.
I have the Buddha. Of course, the Buddha loves butts. But yeah, now that we are here, Oracle's gonna take 16. Yeah, I'll stop. I'll throw it right there. But devotion to Himiko. So yeah, another one of the packs that we've been playing with is, as Omega's been talking, has been the Heroes pack, and like I said, I pretty much enjoy it. I haven't had a lot of time to actually try out all the heroes. But if I ever get Himiko, I dead same, because I love her ability of just like, here, go to a city-state, boom, have an envoy. I'm all like, this is perfect, I love this, thank you. Let's go and feed the world, and Gudawara. Found this religion. Booyah. Oh, excuse me. Gross, I know. And
By the way, somebody's been talking about doing mods to pick your city states. Haven't gotten, honestly, like I said before, mods don't seem like, at least on the way they're shown on the workshop, mods don't seem like super well organized and some really good shit. There's a lot of fan servicey shit. Play as Arcanite's characters, play as VTubers, whatever. I've gotten a robust collection of World Wonders you can build, which are cool. Because honestly, World Wonders are great, but some of them are very limited. Like, I really wanted to build Big Ben in my home game I just played, right?
Yeah.
Because Big Ben's super cool. I just couldn't do it because I just didn't have enough rivers that could build my commercial districts next to, right?
Yeah.
Which is how you have to do Big Ben. So it's like some of these are very specific and awkward. And I appreciate that though, because that makes me like think outside the box sometimes.
Plan ahead.
But
maybe
it
once in a
also
while.
means that like you sometimes have to do some fun stuff. The diplomatic quarter is great. I downloaded a mod that gives it adjacency bonuses.
Oh, neat.
Because it doesn't normally. So that's cool. I think I found something that helps you do a little bit with mountain tiles. Because mountains are almost unrealistically cock-blocky, I would say.
Yeah, that's the way to put
You
it.
cannot bypass mountain tiles until you can invent the mountain tunnel, which doesn't... Well, I think this was only in the actual time we did multiplayer, but there was one multiplayer game where we were like, man, I wish you could, like, get extra travel up rivers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a thing that's also not realistic, right? Like, ocean's great for travel, rivers, fucking nothing. I mean, they give you fresh water, and the floodplain thing that can be managed is great. Free electricity with hydroelectrics, right? Like, they're beneficial. They're not beneficial in the way that real-life rivers are, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't do some of the stuff that you can with the real rivers. And mountains are also kind of like, they're good for science and faith, which makes sense, but they don't, like, you don't work with them directly. You have to, like, wait forever to bypass them. It's not until, like, I think it's a modern era tech to build ski resorts, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, like, which is cool. I'm glad that you can eventually do improvements to them, but, man, it takes a long time. And it's also, like, only the ski resort, which seems a little weird. Like, you guys couldn't make it flexible so that you could do more interesting things with mountain tiles other than you can make it so you can eventually pass through them and actually, like, put improvements on them. Well, yeah, I forget what you're seeing, right? Like, they make that like a Civ thing with the Inca. And who knows, I might look at them a little closer. But, like, that's still not... That's, like, I don't think that's fully accurate, though, to how, like, real-life stuff works. Like, they decided that, well, mountains are, like, dead hexes until eventually you can turn them into a thing. Or you pick a special civ to start as them. That's not how humans work. If human beings are stuck with mountain hexes, basically, we're like, we're gonna get something out of this fucking mountain. Because that's how people's is.
That's how we bees.
So it's a little weird that, like, you can't do anything with them other than put ski resorts on them, even though that's really great because it gives you amenities. So I picked up a mod that I think it lets everybody work mountain tiles. I don't think they get any extra. They don't get any like extra production out of it like Incas do. But they do have some base level work features, and resources can spawn on them. Like you can find copper and shit in the mountains. Or something, and actually, like...
Gonna fuck you up!
You can do with builders, you can build mine tiles on them, and I'd love that that was a core feature, because it's like... No, like, people live with mountains everywhere. You know, mountain temples, mountain hermitages, all that kind of stuff. Mountains are good for science, mountains are good for resources. Water comes out of mountains. And I know you can aqueduct water out of mountains, but, like, still.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Like, Civ has definitely got board game roots, and there's a board game Civ, actually. But it's definitely, like, I feel like considering how far they go with some stuff, it's still, like, it's very funny what they decide to make a gameplay thing and what they don't decide, right?
Yeah, well, that's game design.
Like, you can like summon mythical heroes, and you can learn to be like, let's get Sun Wukong and Anazi the Spider and Heracles up in here. But it's like, I gotta be playing a special Civ for a guy to be like, what if there was gold in mountains? Yeah. Anyway, that's my. Like, I just have a couple of mods, and it's just like, I want to try some of this stuff, but I can't find any, like, really crazy, cool stuffs out there.
Zanzibar's all the way the fuck over there. I don't want to go there. I'll just go
And
here.
also, I don't think we've perfected how to bring mods to, multiplayer.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even realize some of these things are mods. They fit in my game so naturally. I built the Globe Theater last time. That's a mod.
Huh. I really do need to check on the mods myself. I keep meaning to, but I'm just like, meh.
Globe Theater is a great wonder, by the way. It's a pretty fun one. You get a +1 to many in every city with an amphitheater,
Oh, neat.
a free Great Writer, and has 2 slots for Great Writer buildings.
Oh, that's neat.
Because it's Shakespeare's Globe Theater, so it means if you build the Globe Theater, you get a free Great Writer, and it means you've got better plays, which are cool, so people like it. Pretty fun.
Despite me, yeah, I love how I have to fight archers, and I only got this one fucking warrior. God, I really, really do not like the fucking AI. Let's rush stages. If I got fucking Korea, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
That's another great feature I wish there was, right?
Yeah.
Pick AI, like, ban AI civs without having to pick literally everybody.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, Korea, I've played them a little bit. They're a great civ. They're a fun civ to play because you can do this kind of like heavy overlap. But they're kind of like Japan, where you want to build in a compact space and like get this heavy science game going.
Mm-hmm.
But as an AI, they're a pain in the ass to play against because they are literally an age ahead of you in science. And it sucks because they're pushing the world state forward constantly, and they have all these great units, and it's just insufferable. It's annoying.
Well, I guess people in the YouTube chat were talking about Stellaris. Stellaris, as I said, was in the voting. I did play it up. I did play a couple. Well, I can't say I played a couple games because I never actually finished any of the games. Because Stellaris is heavy, I guess I want to say. Is that the best way?
Yes.
Like, have you put any try into?
No, I have not actually put it in, but I've seen it played. I know it's got some heavy stuff in there. I need some free time, and I don't have that right now because I'm trying to get further in Spider-Man before Cyberpunk comes out next week, guys.
So excited!
It's happening.
Oh, well, I'm gonna lose my fucking warrior.
But I definitely want to. I do want to get in there and try it because it seems super exciting. And I've talked about this before. Love space shit. Love space.
Yeah, no. So I definitely got to try it. Hang on one second here. Let me just buy another fucking warrior. So right off the bat, one thing I love, it comes with a bunch of races, but you can basically build your own race.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
I've seen that feature. It looks super fun.
It looks super fun. A lot of fiddly knobs. A lot of fiddly knobs. On God damn it, here they come again.
The opportunity has
Politics is the art of.
Let me go to do I have Stellaris installed yet? Do not. My library is not installed. I'll go ahead and install it.
Install it. Hang on one second while I do some.
I probably won't be playing it for a little bit, but I'll go ahead and install it. That's fine.
And let's go with influence and
let me install Civ 5 and Civ 6 now. Space.
Let's go with monotheism. Of course, here we come. Here comes the people's like, where's Let's Talk FGO? It's coming, guys. It's just so big, we cannot contain it in a day. Literally. It's 5.5 hours. Ugh.
There was a weird lag out there for me at least.
I'm sorry, my dude.
But people on stream probably heard it. Yeah, sorry. I just like skipped a beat, but no, you were just talking about how long it is. It's long. It exists, guys. Like I posted, I put the audio out. It exists, but it's not ready to go out because it's really long.
Really long.
We'll probably do that tomorrow. I could maybe do it like tonight, but it's super long. I don't know if you guys are you guys gonna stay up for 5.5 hours? I don't know. Big boy.
Yeah, guys, don't be talking to me about Stellaris mods when I don't like fully understand the base game as is, because there's a lot of fucking menus. Like,
yeah, there are. I think this is similar to when we dipped our toes in Civ. Guys, we'll get there. Don't freak us out right now, okay?
Yeah.
We don't know nothing from nothing. Like we couldn't tell you, like when we started talking about Civ VI, we couldn't tell you an adjacency bonus from an eggplant.
And like honestly, like if I need help, I will ask for help.
If you were like, hey, I figured out my Stellaris basics, I want some mods, recommend me something, right?
Yeah.
You'd say that.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, Lucky gets a bit of the irritation when people one's like, oh yeah, I'm trying this, and people just decide to slam him with like, are you doing this yet? How about this? Are you this? I'm like, wait, no. Like, excuse me, all I did.
That at one point you were just a tiny baby child as well, and this has been mentioned by several people in our community. Paradox games are very big brain, deep games, where there's like lots of menus and fiddly bits and DLC as well. So it's like, everybody relax, okay? Like you were a neophyte too once. We need to like settle in and figure out some stuff. People learn different ways.
Yeah. And like I said, I was having fun. I made myself a race of spiritual reptiles. I'm all like, yes, they will be the children of Tiamat, and we will go spread the word of butts. And I did not know exactly what I was getting into when I did that. Because basically, like, the best way I can explain it is basically every habitable planet you have is a civ. Like literally, and it's really complex, like, just with, like, how, like, things are upgraded, how, like, buildings are upgraded, how there's so many different resources, and trying to manage them. It's like, it's a lot of information packed in little spaces. I do like that it's not necessarily turn-based, it's all real-time. So, like, when I send things out, you actually see them zooming across the screen. You can just hit pause whenever. But, like, at the same time, sometimes that gets a little finicky when I am trying to manage, like, several science ships, several construction ships, making sure my new settler ship is, you know, primed and ready to go. Like, I'm trying to keep track of all the subplots that I'm doing. Because that's something I super enjoy about Stellaris is there's just little random events that happen and basically little quest lines you can follow through. And that's something, like, I like, you know, talking about how, like, I wish there was more weird stuff in Civ. That's one of the things I want. Like, one I did, like, some, like, the shorter ones I did was, we found giant space amoebas, and are like, alright, do we want to destroy them, or we want to learn to coexist? And depending on which path you chose, you unlock the research to, you know, I can't remember what it was exactly. But it was something about, like, the space amoeba, but the other one was, you know, plus 15% damage against, like, space amoebas. But I was like, nah, butts for everybody. And, you know, it unlocked, like, rate of research, and I was like, cool. Like, another one is, like, I was playing spiritual, and we found, like, these ancient tablets, like, signifying, like, yes, this is from, like, our ancestors' religion. It doesn't exactly line up with what we say now, but this is, like, a significant historical, importance. What do you guys want to do with it? And you can be like, this is heresy, burn it. Or, like, you know, hide it. No one needs to know. Or, the past is our past. We shall embrace it. And, you know, depending on that, you know, different things happen. So I'm like, I really enjoy that aspect of it. But it's just one thing on top of everything else I'm trying to do at once. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. the more worlds you get, the more you have to manage. Because you, unlike Civ, you can expand super fucking fast. Like, expanding is easily as you take a science ship, you go to a new place, you survey it, you take a construction ship, you build a, what do they call them again? Starport. If there's a habitable planet, you build a colony ship, and then you send it, it gets habitable, it takes some time, there's a bit of delay, and then it's yours. And then you have a whole nother big, complicated mess to deal with. And depending on how fast, like usually, like, I've been starting out with, like, 2 science ships, and there's actually a point you can just get a thing where they auto-explore, and I'm just all like, oh no, because I'm slowly just seeing my gradually growing map of stuff, and I'm just all like, do I need to get this all under my control? Is, like, the AI's just going fucking apeshit? I'm like, I'm pretty sure the AI is going apeshit over there. It's like, I need to be going apeshit. I am not good enough to go apeshit at this game yet, guys. So it's a little stressful for me. All right, it's clobbering time. You go explore. But
Among Us just had an update. I wonder what was in it.
Is it the update?
I don't think so, because there's not, like, any news. It was just, like, a small little, like, you know, just like 10 megs. Now, Among Us is not very big, so that could be a lot, but, like, I'm not seeing, like, an explosion of people going, like, holy shit, Among Us map. So I don't think it's out there yet, but I'm thinking about it. I just realized I haven't played Among Us since, like, November 11th.
Yeah, we like I said, we switch games in here a lot.
Well, and right now I'm really waiting for that the new map to, like, have some really fresh content to bring people in to give something really fun and different to do. We play a lot of stuff.
Grey Card, you're telling me about shit.
Casually, but I like that kind of stuff.
Grey Card, you're telling me about shit that I can't comprehend yet.
Yeah, you're trying to sell Lucky on something. There's nothing to sell. He doesn't know anything yet.
Yes.
He's got Stellaris. Stop trying to tell him to play different shit. He's got it. He'll figure it out. Just shut up already.
It's like I put fucking Stellaris in the fucking vote and people didn't want to see it. So
Democracy at work.
Democracy. Ain't it great? Also, I love the word crossbreed dong.
Discard's not as bad as Dallas, but he's also not a good speller.
What? That's more. God damn it. But hey, there's Iron down there with all those fucking barbarians.
I mean, hey, you'll own that hex eventually, right?
Eventually. I'm trying to knock out the Oracle before I get fucking scooped. Actually, let me see something here. Has anyone else made a religion? Nope.
You probably don't need to worry then, but you might, because just sometimes the AI will just take something for the sake of taking it. Like, I've definitely seen civs, if nobody has built certain wonders by certain eras, other civs will definitely absolutely go back and be like, well, I can build this world wonder nobody's built yet. I'll just do it.
Should I just build Stonehenge for no discernible reason? Actually, where's Hunza?
Okay. Oh, okay. So they're saying that we're gonna get a look at the map on Game Awards. Actually, by the way, Lucky. I should remember to remind you this because you're talking about you said on the Let's Take show that isn't out yet.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming on Thursday. I'm considering doing a picture-in-picture.
Oh yeah, because that's what I was gonna say was to let everybody else know in case you didn't put that together. The Game Awards is playing for 4 hours. By the way, it's gonna be like a 4-hour thing, which is weird in COVID times. But it's also the 10th, the day Cyberpunk 2077 releases. So, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, because I'm considering doing some picture-in-picture.
Pivot in.
Yep.
Come at us, Jeff.
Actually, I wonder if we'll get pinged for that. Might be not for the Game Awards itself, but maybe the trailers.
Maybe it depends. Like, I do. So, YouTube is better about picking out certain video bits, but also usually it seems like I see some, like, pipped-in videos and multicam stuff not being hit because it's literally not the same video that's being, like, detected. I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah, By the way, Lucky, I want to, unless you have more to yell about how you're getting beat up by barbarians in Civ.
Not at the moment.
Everybody has yelled about at some point.
Yeah.
I do want to bring this up about Cyberpunk. So, they have actually stated that the official release date is still intended to be the 10th. It looks like they're going to hit it. Copies are in the wild. Certain retailers have been presumably accidentally shipping collector's editions early.
Yep. I think it was Best Buy specifically.
Yeah, Best Buy is a big one. And so Cyberpunk let out a little tweet on their Pantone thing, which freaks everybody out. Though I do like, by the way, they told you what color it is. But they were like, "Hey guys, so the game. We know you're super excited. It's great. Please don't stream our game or make Let's Plays until the official release date, midnight, December 9th, basically.
Yeah.
If you do that before then, we're going to send MTAC, which is like the in-universe tactical response team, after you, just so you know." Okay, thanks, bye. And apparently some people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Cyberpunk would dog out content creators like that." And I, a content creator,
I'm like, wait, who's dogging out?
Are you for reals right now? They're telling you not to stream their game before it's officially released. Like, holy shit. Like, reviewers can't do that. They can't break street date. Why would you be able to break street date? Yes, I know you own it physically, but it's not officially out. Like, that's
and also they're not saying
real.
Also, they're not telling you not to fucking play it. They're also not telling you you can't record it and get things set up.
Yes, they're just telling you that, like, hey, don't start streaming or releasing videos of our game before it's officially out, okay? They didn't actually phrase it this way, but the undertone is, we've been busting our asses to have this worldwide release thing. Could you not fuck it up for us? We'd appreciate it.
Also,
you're basically breaking street date.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, no. Lucky is totally planning on streaming Cyberpunk 2077 when he gets home from work that day. I said.
Yeah, because and I will say this, you will probably not hear from Omega at all that day.
Probably not. No.
No, he's gonna wake up. It's probably gonna be the early afternoon. The post will have already come. I'm gonna pop that disc in, and you're just not gonna hear from me for 24 hours.
You gone.
That's me.
Yeah, but so yeah, I again hearing people's responses. I said this earlier. Hearing people's responses to the thing also constantly reminds me of the times we live in. Like again, I super fucking appreciate that. I can't remember the developer's name all of a sudden. I'm like saying
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red. Okay, for some reason I couldn't get them all together in the line. But like actually said like, hey guys, we know you want this, but this is don't fucking like. They were very polite about it. They weren't like
They were like, hey, here's what's up. We know you do this. Please don't do this. And like they even did it in a jokey way. It was like, if you do it, we'll send SWAT gifts after you. But like some people, it sounded like I saw some news agencies cover it and were like, some people in the comments were spiced, and I'm like, but why?
Because people don't like being told what to do.
Well, yeah, and I kind of understand some of where these people are coming from, because we talked about it before. Sometimes creators do get shit on for just trying to casually enjoy stuff, you know? And like we've had our own problems with, like, game companies or whatever being, like, too too stingy or too strict with their controls. Like everybody knows Atlas is really weird for no reason. Like I say weird because they're like weirdly specific. Because like even the Persona 5 cutoff date had nothing really to do with the plot. It was just like an arbitrary point that was like 50% of the way through the base game, right?
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of weird arbitrary decisions about streaming, blocking, shit like that. That's why we don't have a complete series of Extella Link on our channel, like we do with Extella, because they cockblessed us hard. You know, this is just like, guys, if you get the game early, please don't stream it. If you do, we will use our legal recourse because I don't actually know what the legality of this is, but I would imagine there are some legal protections for a business if somebody gets a hold of your product before street date, right?
Yeah.
Because you set the street date, you say the date this is supposed to be publicly available, people have it, and they're like, okay. Like, I know some people online have been showing off that they've gotten copies early. That's cool. Like, if you got it in the mail, fuck, if I got it in the mail like Tuesday, I'd be like, oh my god, guys, I've got it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would not be streaming it that Tuesday. I mean, especially not now because they said something. But probably then I'd still be like, I don't know how I feel about streaming a game before it officially comes out. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I understand that content creators were like in a scrabble, and sometimes these companies are just dicks to us. Oh god, we've talked so much about how the music industry is like really shovey to us for no gosh darn reason.
Guess what? I got walls! Fuck you!
Walls are great. Absolutely a strat I've also doesn't Tamar, or is that just as an AI Tamar loves walls?
Oh no, tomorrow no. We actually get a special wall that actually generates faith in tourism for us.
Alright, cool. Well, I mean, it's interesting. Like I think I talked about this on Let's Take FGO. But again, that's not out yet for everybody. But I did it at the end where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go edit this episode and go watch sports documentaries. Like, I love watching stuff about our current time, or at least recent time, because, yeah, I've been alive since 1992. I don't really remember a lot of that stuff, right?
I do.
Yeah, you're a little bit older than me.
Yep.
But yeah, like I definitely missed some stuff that was going on, and it's interesting to look back at that context, and kind of see stuff, right? And think about this, and like when I think about the history, I was like, I understand kind of why they freaked out, right? Because in the like the late 90s, early 2000s, fucking BitTorrent, LimeWire, Kazaa, right? File sharing existed because the internet was the Wild West, and much like the long rant we went about on Lost Belt 3, teaser for that Let's Talk, people don't always think about what you can use technology for until some rando is just like, oh yeah, we're just sharing files, and they're like, you can do that? And people are like, yeah, you can do that. You don't understand how CDs work. They're optical storage. They're the same thing that works in computers. And literally for a long time, computers, some of you kids these days might not remember, but back in the day for computers, to install anything, you needed to put them on discs, which were CD-ROMs. They weren't even DVDs yet. So like people, I don't think like music companies understood the idea that, wait, computers read optical discs. That means that you can put music on computers, and then because of the internet, you can put music anywhere. Shit. But then they don't need to pay us any money.
Oh no!
Like, I understand some artists were like, whoa, don't pirate my stuff, man. Like, you gotta, like, and that's appreciated. But the level to which the record industry took this is like, oh my god, we're gonna be cut out of this equation. They just have gone... They went apeshit and have never turned back. When the actual solution to kill music piracy was called iTunes. Just make it so you can buy every song for fucking 99 cents, and suddenly nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I care because I don't like the iTunes market and whatever, but I could get individual songs wherever I need them anywhere, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like
Spotify is
Amazon,
great, y'all.
Whatever. Spotify is huge right now. They're doing a big, like, what was your year in Spotify like? You know? Like, that was the actual killer bullet to piracy, was just do it better, you useless fucks. But no, they freaked out, and they got legislation passed, and to this day, there's nobody more ornery on YouTube and on Twitch than a fucking record company, DMCA. Did you sing a couple bars of a song? Fuck you. And I gotta be real, I'm sure there are some artists who care a little bit, because music artists are artists too. Sometimes we're touchy souls, you know? Our art stuff comes from a certain place, from a certain personality. Artists can be very volatile, but most of them are probably like, yeah, I don't actually truly care if some streamer, like, played my music for 5 seconds in the background, because that doesn't really hurt me. Like, maybe if they were sitting there literally playing my album, sure, but, like, are they just playing some copyrighted music or clips while they're doing something else? I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But record companies do, because they feel like they're getting their IP attacked.
Yeah.
And it's kind of shitty.
I want to get that fucking silk, but these fucking barbarians are being goddamn assholes. Oh. Oh.
I mean, I actually, some people in Patreon chat talk floppies. I actually have seen floppy disks. We had an old DOSBox computer. I played the original Duke Nukem and the original Commander Keen on an old DOS machine. It was pretty fun.
I used to
I think we got rid of it somewhere.
I used to keep all my fucking porn PNGs on floppy disks. Good time.
Storage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, kids, if you don't know what a floppy disk is, that's what the little save icon is. It's a floppy disk because that used to be what it represented. Save to disk. Now I don't even like.
Well, actually, a lot of times now we usually like. Oh, actually, now I'm thinking about it, fucking. Let's see, it's floppy disk, usually the spinning disk.
Well, and I mean, you still have an optical disk inside your computer.
Well,
spins up.
Well, yeah. Again, I eternally regret that I bought a fucking computer with no disk drive in it.
Yeah, no, you still. I mean, you can get externals pretty cheap, but yeah, it's a little.
Just a little. I did not think this through.
Yeah, but no, like if you're talking about like how we have like spinning disk icons, that's also the disk in your computer. The hard drive physically spins up as well. The hard disk.
Unless you got SSD.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't even know. You couldn't even do a graphic for an SSD.
And what?
It's if you don't know what SSD stands for, it stands for solid state. So it's all one piece. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, computers that have a floppy drive built in, yes, but adapters, probably everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so do I just have this little island to myself? I have this island with fucking, okay, no, I haven't gone over past Bondar Bruni.
Oh, hey, though, you might want to keep an eye out on Great Merchant points, Lucky. Last game, I had a Great Merchant whose ability is to instantly nom a city-state and give them, like, +4 loyalty per turn.
Oh, well, there's this
one.
Like,
immediately pull them into your Civ and give them extra loyalty so they don't revolt.
Well, excuse you, you're not getting, I'm getting Q on. Or Chi Wan. Fuck you. How does that make you feel? It's not like I'm spending my faith on anything because I can't deal with these goddamn barbarians. Like it might be a little spicy.
Barbarian camp though, it does certainly look like, unless there's like a further continent south. Do you know whereabouts in the map you are? Are you in the center, the top?
No, I can't. I haven't been able to leave.
Okay, so you're probably, if you can't see an edge, you're probably in the center. Because if you're close to an edge, you can usually scroll far enough to see it. Yeah, I don't see it. It's like you must be in the dead center of the map. That's cool.
That's weird. I'm not used to being on an island. I'm really not.
I mean, it's an interesting proposition, and
actually, I think I'll build my next city right
It's a little fucky. I honestly, again, this is another one of those things where, like, I definitely have done some mods to improve coastal tiles. I talked about that. Just give them, like, I think it's just, like, an extra food and an extra production. It's not crazy, but it just means that they're actually useful tiles. Once you get later in the tech tree, you can do some crazy shit. You can build off-site wind or offshore wind plants.
Yeah, I remember that.
You can turn the sea into free power, which is great. I actually, in that game I talked about earlier, uranium was super scarce, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I took the dedication for a free giant robot. How can you not? Like, you need to do that at least once. If you get that dedication, you gotta, because it's the best. But uranium was super scarce, so I couldn't convert a lot to nuclear, so I did a lot of offshore plant building, basically. But you eventually get, what is it called? An aquastead or something?
Aquastead. I haven't heard of that.
It's a late game tech, but it builds a little, like, farm on the water.
Oh, okay.
And it gives you food and stuff. And it's a freakishly late game tech, so it's like, guys, I wish you could advance that a little bit. There is that one governor, Seastead, that's it, yeah.
Oh, okay, Seastead.
Like a homestead, but on the sea.
Can you imagine trying
there's
to
that one
talk
governor
600
upgrade. She
people
lets you
to
get
help you?
fisheries for more food and stuff from aquatic tiles, but it's still very, very sketch of, like, especially if you're playing an early water-based Civ.
You know, let's go for a settler. Wait, no.
Yeah, you can double-check your pop and stuff.
Oh, interesting. It gave me an apostle instead of a great
Okay,
prophet.
Vesper, I have a very good question. Is this the one about the Seattle Mariners? Because I've already watched that one. I feel actually I need to ask Vesper. If everyone does ask Vesper this at time, was it them who got me turned on to the John Boy Seattle Mariners documentary? I watched like 4 hours. I think it was actually 3 hours about the entire history of the Seattle Mariners. Lucky, it's crazy.
Wow. No, they're wild. Like, give it.
Okay, I was like, somebody definitely recommended this to me. Whom was it? It was Vesper. Yes, I watched all of that. That was a good one.
No, I like
Well, I think I just said I don't know if I've got the time to watch 3 hours of this. I actually, because like I said, I've talked about this. What sports documentaries, right? Like I like documentaries, and actually, you might not think it from how much nerdy stuff we do. I could say I like sports, sure. I mean, I'm mostly focused on football. I grew up in a football household. I was born in Green Bay, Wisconsin, so that means that I was gifted the right to be a Green Bay Packers fan from birth, basically. And I will probably continue to rep the Packers until I'm dead in the ground. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to last longer than me.
Yeah, probably.
I believe number 2 oldest franchise in the NFL. Contiguous. The only one older? The guys who became the Chicago Bears.
Is Terry Crews streaming Danganronpa? That's wild.
That is what Twitter told me.
Wild. I love it.
Yeah, it's to promote. Oh, it's to support the Red Cross too. Good on him.
Yeah. I didn't know Terry Crews was a Danganronpa kind of
Also,
guy.
by the way, in case you didn't get that, being a fan of the pack means I'm contractually obligated to hate the Chicago Bears. That's just how it works. Sports rivalries things.
Well,
I'll check it out. Pretty good. All right.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm not particularly a fan of the sports ball, as I like to say, but if I see a game on, I'll watch it. I'll sit down. Like I'll be playing on my phone games and I'll keep an eye on the score, see what happens, watch the plays.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot lately because I mean I don't have like a receiver hookup in my room for basic bitch airwaves. Just because why would I do that? But you know so I enjoy football, and I should say American football, aka gridiron or hand egg for our international listeners. I know you're out there. As like watching it, I enjoy football because there's a lot of strategy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There is a literal like placement of all the players and do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know, I've played soccer before, and I played t-ball as a kid. Who hasn't? You know.
Football is what I like to think of as a modern war game.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that energy, right? Where it's like you know, because you got to place your guys. You got offense and defense very explicitly, and you do different play sets with different players to do different things. It's got a lot of strategy, and you can follow it with your brain, but also it's still got athleticism. Let's make no bones about that, and you can see some like crazy shit. And you know, you can see some really great plays. And like I said, you know, hooked up with the Packers through some of those Brett Favre years and Aaron Rodgers. You know, great team, great stuff. I've been watching some documentaries. This is definitely a thing where it's to sideline on that a little bit, where it's like, because somebody mentions that now they rep the Browns, and I'm just like, I feel like I want to say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because this is a thing in professional sports. There are some teams that are not good, and they will probably never be good. And, like, you feel kind of bad for some of the people repping those teams, but at the same time, it can be very engaging because people are still in it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's still that sports loyalty culture. And it's interesting. Like, speaking of weird team hookups, my dad's he reps the Minnesota Vikings because when he was a kid growing up, because he's from Indiana, the Colts did not play in Indiana yet. They were still the Baltimore Colts.
Oh, wow.
So, like, my brothers and sisters who grew up in Indiana who are older than me, they all rep the Colts because they're from Indiana in a modern time. But my dad is old enough that there wasn't a franchise in Indiana yet, so he's like, no, I support the Minnesota Vikings. Which that's led to some interesting games because there's also a long-standing rivalry with Green Bay and Minnesota. But it's interesting. So seeing just these different conflicts, and just like, man, yeah, you might think that because I've lived in Florida so long, I would have defected to the Dolphins or the Bucks, but no, that's not how it works. You gotta have pride. You gotta rep. But yeah, so I watched a whole 3 hours on the Seattle Mariners. It's a wild trip. Talking about how crazy it gets. They're the team that has not done that they've I think they've done like some of the least in the postseason for having some of the best players in the world. Like at one point, Ken Griffey Jr. played with the Seattle Mariners for a long time.
Yeah, well, we had Ichiro. For a long. Oh my God. When we had Ichiro,
you had A-Rod for a couple of years before you really blew up.
Mm-hmm. Felix, we have. Do we still have Felix? I don't remember.
I don't know, but like So it's wild to watch these records, and I think the documentary said it best. At some point, you stop caring about the Seattle Mariners as a winning and losing team and care about them basically as a protagonist. Because like it's all just like drama and ups and downs. You don't actually care if they win any playoff games or they go to the World Series. You just want to see them do some good fucking baseball.
Yeah.
And it's wild. I guess that's the appeal to if you're repping a team that doesn't like have a shitload of rings and stuff. But it's really interesting. I don't think I could track a lot of like national level sports, but I definitely could occasionally enjoy a game. Like, I think the games I understand least are probably baseball and basketball.
I'm okay with baseball, but basketball remains a fucking alien concept to me.
Well, so I've played t-ball. I understand the mechanics of baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throw ball, hit ball, catch balls, all that stuff. Run real fast. It's pretty simple in the execution. And I will say there is something, chef's kiss majestic about a beautiful home run, right?
Oh yeah.
When a guy knocks it out of the park, that's simple and clean. I didn't necessarily like the tone of it, but I watched a documentary that Secret Base Nation, SB Nation, did on MMA that was kind of similar, where watching it I was like, no, I understand why people watch shit like UFC now. There is something very, very simple and basic about just punching a guy in the face and he passes the fuck out. That's a simple and clean, easy to understand premise. That guy got punched, he got knocked out, the other guy won. That also means that sometimes those fights are over in 15 seconds, which is probably anticlimactic.
I find that always hilarious, though.
I mean, it's funny, but if you paid $50 to watch a pay-per-view that's over in 5 seconds, that's spicy. You want the back and forth, but it's also a sport about punching people in the face. And guys, you may not know this from watching action movies. Human beings aren't meant to be punched in the face. You take a couple blows. You take a real solid, blow to the noggin or the chin, and you just.
That glass jaw, yo.
But yeah, so like you understand those simple moves of just like it's the same in football too. When a guy throws a Hail Mary pass and it goes 50 billion yards and he catches it in the end zone for the touchdown, you're just like, that was some good clean football. I think that's why people like professional sports. Period, is so you can get those simple moments of athleticism.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's good. But yes, I don't understand the complex intricacies of baseball, which I understand there are, and it's the same with basketball, where it's like, okay, I understand the principles.
It's natural to kill.
I'm 5'8", and I've never been able to dribble in my life, so.
I mean, I have
no practical understanding of basketball.
I mean, I'm half black, so I can shoot. I can dribble. I can dribble down court. I can shoot. I can make a three.
Yes. You can jump.
Yes. Well, if I didn't have this like fucking 50-pound gut on me, I probably could jump. But oof.
But yeah, no, like so. Yeah, I agree. Like I understand why people go crazy for it, but I don't necessarily super follow them. But I definitely am interested in learning about them and watching some stuff, and it's a good way to pass some time.
That is history. But yeah,
and
so
definitely best players in chat. They linked to the documentary. I'll go check that out. I've been while I've been doing either like FGO farming or playing Civ games, I've definitely had my YouTube on in the background. So I've either done I've been trying to catch up more on Critical Role again, just because I'm playing a lot of D&D myself and I want to, I got a backlog I want to work through.
Mm-hmm.
like everything else, or I've been watching, like I said, lots of sports documentaries. I think because like you said, like professional sports is this weird blend of like it's entertainment, right? Because people are paying shitloads of money to watch these games, and it's entertaining to watch. There is something to watch there, whether it's tactical shit, whether it's simple athleticism, whether it's like when real shit gets onto the courts and onto the fields, you know. Like when some guys are feuding, as Secret Base likes to say, talking about beef. You get some guys beefing on the field. Like there's there's entertainment there. There's the actual like athleticism of it all, the loyalty, and then there's a lot of there's also this weird like money aspect though to these people. Like we pay athletes so much, but also we only pay them when they're professionals. We don't pay college athletes fucking anything. It's weird.
Yeah, no. They try. They keep trying too, but they keep getting shut down.
Yeah, so I understood from another documentary series I watched, which was about corruption in college sports. The method was originally developed by the NCAA as a way to protect them because a guy got killed on the field in like the 60s.
Oh, jeez.
Like, and while the NCAA was there for like safety regiments and stuff, like making sure everybody playing college football had helmets, pads, etc. The woman sued for workman's comp. The wife of the guy who died, she sued for workman's comp, and the NCAA was like, "Shit, how do we make it so schools aren't liable for this stuff?" And they invented the concept of the student athlete. Like they literally made it up in like I said, like the early '60s, late '50s, and use it as a protection to make it so you cannot. Sorry, they're talking about how several people are talking about how Ohio. Well, honestly, from what I understand, Cleveland's kind of a weird hellhole anyway. No offense if you live in Cleveland, but spiritually, the place has a bad aura. I've heard this. But Ohio sports are a clusterfuck. But no, so they invented the concept of the student athlete so that these guys aren't professional athletes, so it's not a work they are doing. So you can't be like workman's comp, whatever. You cannot, they are not being compensated for the work. They're doing it for the scholarships and the love of the sport and whatnot. And then when they make it to the big leagues, they can be paid shitloads of money. But college sports also generates shitloads of money and fanaticism and merchandising and stuff. And I kind of agree with the concept that like these guys are still kids, right? They're going to college. They're out of high school when they get scouted for some of these big teams. They should not be like doing this for the money. Necessarily, but also they're the ones busting their ass out there so you guys can make $1 billion in TV deals. They should see some of that action, right?
Yeah. I don't think they should be pulling contracts like the fucking big leagues, but they should be pulling something, or at least having it go to, something that benefits them.
Yeah, like, I don't care if you have to, like, and obviously this would be super complex, but I don't, like, if you had to set up, like, a trust fund for all these college athletes so that when they leave, maybe they decide they don't want to go into the NFL, they went to college, they could get a quote-unquote real job. They won't. But also, I mean, professional athletes are busting their ass. They have to retire in like their 30s and 40s, The average life expectancy for a human being is over 80 years old. So you can at best probably spend only like half your life doing pro sports. So what do you do with the rest of your life? Well, usually you hope you make enough fucking money you can retire, but that doesn't work out for everybody.
No.
And some people don't know how to retire. Poor Brett Favre. Love that guy to death, but man, that was a wild one those last couple of years. But yeah, so like I'm thinking about this, I'm like, okay, I don't think, because honestly, I think that's why we hear a lot of weird, fucked up stories about big shot athletes, is because they have more money than sense.
Yep.
And nobody wants to tell them what to do. But at the same time, college players are still playing this sport. You can get fucked up. Yeah, you're getting beat up. So the documentary I watched was about corruption in Mississippi specifically, and talked about the school rivalry between Mississippi State and University of Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
So there was a big rivalry game right in the middle of this observation, and Ole Miss comes out of the fucking locker room at Mississippi State on fire. They are there to win and to kill. In the first quarter, this college athlete quarterback takes a fucking heavy tackle, and one of his legs is fucked. Right? Like, he has to retire. His leg is fucking broken. And I'm like, man, that's harsh. That's harsh, Browns.
Yes.
This guy's, like, in his early 20s at best. So yeah, it's wild to think about. These are life funds. But yeah, no, you get your ass kicked a lot in football. Trust me, I played street football with a kid who was in like junior football. Real boy football tackles are tough.
Yeah, they are.
Like, it's serious business.
I've gotten slammed to the ground a couple times. All right, wake up, Pimiko.
Yeah, we had to have a couple conversations with that kid about like, hey, you got to relax a little bit. Like, this isn't football in pads. We're playing, street football out in the park. Not quite shirts versus skins, but that level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like you can't be throwing me to the ground like I'm wearing 20 pounds of gear, because I'm not. I'll die. Well, I didn't say it like that because we were like 12, but still, it's like, okay, cool it a little bit. But yeah, no, it's
I want culture bombs. Give me culture bombs. I'm probably not gonna get.
Though I definitely
bombs.
don't think I've seen anything as violent as some of those clips I've seen in MMA bits, where it's just, and people are, well, you're literally fighting, right? You're taking real martial arts. You're literally fighting, and
hey, I want
people take some damage.
Yeah, they do.
Crazy. So rugby is another thing I don't quite understand, but that's definitely a sport I know is fucking rough and wild, because they're basically playing kind of like American-style football type stuff, right? Like, where they're in the scrum, they've got a ball, they're moving it around, but they don't wear anything. They're just, in their shirts. And that's scary to me. Rugby's a heavy-duty sport. All right, well, we had I think about a half-hour detour on sports.
Sports! Football! My friends call me coach! Sorry, it just... Have you ever seen, what the fuck was the name of that series? Left for Speed?
I don't think so.
It's an old video. But, yeah, so... We talked a bit about Civ, talked a little bit about Stellaris. Yeah, I hope you can get a chance to try it out this week so we can go deep on it next week.
Yeah, I'll see maybe if I can find some time. I might be busy. I don't know. I got a couple of things to put in the hopper. Also, big boy release is coming.
So we derailed on sports a bit.
Yeah, I was just talking about what I do while I play Civ, basically.
Yeah. Oh, these fucking barbarians. I'm trying to build enough.
Guys, I'm still not super alive over here. I think the most alive I felt today was when I watched the new episode of The Mandalorian, which I did not watch until today, because yesterday was busy.
Theater Square.
Theater squares are great.
Words me. Think of them. Use them.
Well, right now, I think you're using some of your brain power on not getting bodied by barbarians, which is a very important task. It requires a lot of brain capacity.
Yeah. But, so, I guess we should go probably from here is gacha games. So, well, let's start alphabetical. Omega, how are you feeling on Arknights right now?
I'm very casually playing Arknights and Azure Lane right now. I'm not super deep because there was just a big FGO release, so I've been doing a lot of work on that, and even then, like, farming new units for the new banner. So, not really going heavy ham. And I said this before, like, I think the Dead or Alive collab is cool. I'm not a big Dead or Alive guy, so it's just like, that's neat. They're doing a thing.
It's lovely. Oh.
It's cool. I'll roll some cubes, but just kind of taking it slow. Like, they haven't really gripped me. Same for Arknights. I appreciate the rerun exists. I just, because it's the rerun, I don't know. I just haven't felt like a super urge to, like, get in there hardcore.
Shoot him dead.
I did, as usual, re-up my, my monthly pass in Arknights and whatnot, so.
Oh, I have to wait for the amphitheater to be done. Damn it. Yeah, for me, I'm actually surprised I have technically cleared the fucking rerun shop. I think the only thing I have left to get in it is the granny tokens, but I don't actually need them because my granny's at full potential. So I'm just like, wow, I have a sense of completion. No, I have not played Dragalia Lost. I kind of avoid Nintendo gacha games.
I briefly played Fire Emblem Heroes. Then FGO came in.
So
Well, you know, if they put Fire Emblem FVH on like the Switch, I could probably do that sometime. I know it's meant for phones, but the Switch is basically giant mobile.
it is giant
Behold
mobile.
the wonders of
Hey,
heavens and
Halong
earth.
Bay.
The clear aqua blue serves
Yeah,
as
they added a
looking
lot
glass.
of sorry to circle back to Civ
Thousands
2
of
but they added a
turquoise.
lot of new great people with the same pack that did Heroes and stuff as well.
Oh, do I have the fucking city state that gives me relics for natural wonders? Because I just got a natural wonder.
You just get yeah, you found a natural wonder, got a relic, you must.
I must. So that'd be fucking candy then.
Sounds about right, yeah. That was definitely one of the ones in my zone.
Yeah, but Grey Card, here's the thing. I already have, like, Grey certs enough to save. And I got my Scotty on a pool, so I'm all like, who do I save for now? I have questions and no answers. Let me keep upgrading this dude so I can get that era score, because I need to maintain momentum. But... So, Arcanets, I really did not like. I'm just gonna smooth brain here for a little bit. And Azure Lane, I worked a little hard. I was able to finally get my Neo Tengu. I decided to buy the costumes for Neo Tengu and Kasumi, and I'm debating getting the costume for Marie Rose. So I was like, Grey Car, stop trying to tell me what to do. Just stop.
Discard's never understood this methodology.
Really?
He just likes to tell people stuff to do, and he doesn't understand that people don't like to be bossed around.
Oh yeah, let me promote this fucker. And yeah, we'll go Garrison. We'll make this a defense unit.
Okay.
Why do you have a battering ram?
Lucky?
Hmm?
Yeah, Civ VI. We could need to work on our outreach.
What do you mean?
Because this is like the third person I've seen jump into the WhatsApp and be like, "Hey, does Let's Talk FGO exist?"
I mean,
all right, Card. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true.
Card, you literally say you can exchange them for tickets because W is coming. So you're telling me something that I can do with things, and you're telling me something I can do with them. When I
Like,
neither
you're clearly trying to get Lucky to do a thing he's expressed a need not to care in, and it's like, does he care or want your information? No. That is the thing I definitely noticed where some people we talk about this like the Stellaris thing, the passion of people overtakes where it's like, okay, I don't care how much you know about shit. I am not about it right now, so don't.
Also, on the outreach thing, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I put something out on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that because it's like, yeah, you did a community post, you tweeted it.
Mhm.
Where do you guys want this news?
Do
Yes,
I-
Let's Talk FGO exists. It is coming. It's 5.5 hours. It's not coming today. It wasn't finished until how long have we been doing this? Hour and a half? Probably an hour before that.
Yeah.
No, I did not actually. I heard some people talk about it. I did not actually. I think it was in the middle of the night, probably. I didn't actually see Kaldea Guru's stream to swing for Chichuang. We are sub to them.
I am trying to understand what Grey Card just said. Can do is not to do. I control, not for Lucky.
Yeah, that's not grammar.
I understand. I understand that you don't have like the best understanding, but I literally can't. I literally have no idea what that means. I'm trying. I'm failing. I have failed everyone. I'm sorry. I will.
This is a thing that happens to us a lot, like with mailbag and stuff, where people send us knowledge, we read them, and we're like, what did you say to me? And Lucky's playing Civ, and I'm not really alive right now, so we're in a very complicated time. I am definitely on brain vacation right now.
Go to oh yeah, that's right. Right, that's right. We're a city state of like we can go through there now. Yes, go forth, explore, see beyond the fucking barbarian swordsman. Oh!
Oh no, you can if you want to talk about that, you can go for it.
Go for what?
We're talking about the stream. Go, you know. Hey, it's up to you. I'm okay. I'm not. I don't want to put some kind of impression that we're like we secretly hate them or something. No, like I said, we're sub to them.
I don't want your ideas, Grey Card.
On Discord.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't need your ideas. I don't need your options. I don't need you to come at me and try to confuse me with all this other stuff.
Actually, yeah, before I got distracted with the thing about Let's Talk Off Joe, what I want to say is that with Card, you're not going to impress us with how much you know about shit. We don't care. You're not going to sound cooler to us because you know that we can exchange granny tokens for gold certs, whatever.
Yeah. Yes, because trust me, I already knew that. And I'm like, no, I don't care about that.
Well, the difference between telling you stuff and telling you to do stuff is, I guess, it's in how you present it, and it's in how insistent you are in continuing to tell us stuff. Like, Lucky got, would you say, mildly exasperated at me? Like, you weren't really angry earlier when my story went on for, like, 5 hours, but you were definitely like, Omega sure kept talking there.
Yeah.
But that was just because I just kept going and going with my story, and you were like, man, I had some thoughts at some point, but we've moved on, like, 5 steps.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when you're just continuing to present ideas continuously... Yeah, I know, my own grammar's not great right now. It's like, you know, you're continuing to present information to us, and if you continue to present, it's like, especially for, I think, the way both our personalities work, it's like, okay, I heard you the first time. Like, you don't need to keep explaining your thought. Like, you said a thought, and you're like, but I'm going to keep going down the line and let you all know the things that make my thought good. I'm like, I don't care anymore. You gave me your thought. That's fine. That's cool. We can move on. Some of that might be a personality thing with us, though. Like, I think I've talked about how that was always the thing that killed me in, like, public school is, like, the needless repetition. And even to this day, I still get annoyed with where people continue to, like... People will bother me if they continue to, like, double down and keep reiterating a point without expanding on it just over and over again. Where it's like, but what if Omega? And I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, you gave me your dumb theory. What do you want? You want me to, like, share your brain and have your same weird theory too? I'm not gonna. That's not how it works. Okay, cool. Great. It's great that you can exchange it for gold certs. I know. That's not even anything anymore, Miss Bear. Like, you're trying to get me with the thing. It's not even nothing anymore. Miss Bear's really good at this in a jokey fashion. Constantly throw at me like, Omega, but what? I'm like, guys, we already had that conversation.
Himiko, just sleep. Just sleep until you die. Now.
That is definitely a funny thing of quote-unquote nuance in play.
Alright, but...
Sorry, I just read in chat what happened to the gurus.
Why does he not like him on a meta level? I think he's great. He's hilarious.
I mean, I could see it, right?
Well, I can't presume to understand what their meta is, so...
Well, yeah, like we have our own internal metagame as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could see, like, because he's kind of, like, a lot of people are like, ooh, but the solos, you know, and maybe you don't like that style, or maybe you don't like the non-damaging NP kind of weird setup. So I could be like, it's fine. We
are kind of doing some absolute demonic front with fucking barbarians here. I cannot kill them fast enough. I need... The problem oh, wait. I'm fucking dumb. I need to just build a fucking encampment like... Oh, wait.
You could build an encampment on that peninsula for sure. I think you should be able to. Another thing you could do is, can you build quadriremes yet?
I don't even have a harbor. But... honestly, I think I gotta change my map type. Wait, is the fucking thing?
Oh, okay, that also makes sense. They're talking about got hammered about his potential. People didn't.
Yeah. I think we.
I have that reaction to Scotty. I don't think I talked about it a lot on the Let's Talk, which is weird because it went on for so long. But at one point when I was trying to get support casters to do interesting strats, I was just buried in a forest of Scotties, and I was like, I can say my story now, where I was just like, I thought to myself, and I think I even said in the Discord, is there anything more no thought, smooth brand, Omega brain, nega brain shit than I'm gonna put Scotty with Caldega T-Time on support? And I'm like, it. And I definitely mentioned the thing where because I remember telling that story on Let's Talk, where I was like, I understand, people want FP, I get it, I like FP too.
Yes.
But if you're doing the exact literal same thing that everybody else is, how do you know you get friend points? and not the person above you and the person below you, right?
Yeah.
But no, I can definitely understand the community pushback, but that's pretty funny. So to quote the chat, if you're not watching it live, I know we have some patrons and some people watching this on VOD might not have chat replay open.
Ooh.
But apparently, he got blasted by 4 Chinshi Wong before getting a single U Python.
That sounds like some Tom Lancer.
Yeah, I know that feel. I did get if you check out for the full story later in Let's Talk.
From the light
But
came light.
I did get, I tweeted about it, so follow me on social media, you know the story already. I did get my Mothman first, but I did end up with NP2 Python, so I'm okay. But it was definitely, I had to reinstall Discord on my phone to start sharing screen caps.
Actually, does Hercules ignore the fucking district fucking limit?
I don't know, because you have to, probably not, because you have to start building the district for him to do the thing. Like, he has to be standing on the site where a district will be built.
Oh, okay.
It's still really cool, but yeah, it's not magic. He also has a cool offensive power if you ever get into a war, Hercules does, where he can just demolish an enemy district and pillage it. Because fuck you.
Fuck you. Yes, let's put a fucking harbor in the fucking pond. That's a great idea.
The game is weird. Do you remember in that one multiplayer game where I didn't realize I had an inland sea and I accidentally built my harbor on the wrong fucking side? I was England too, so I got a free naval unit that I had to immediately delete. Oh, I was so dumb.
Let me... Actually, where can I build Mikisha Temple? Can I build it? Oh, actually, yeah, if I build it here, I'll put my theater district there. And... Wait, actually, how long is it going to take to build this? 26 turns! Sure, why the fuck not? You guys ain't doing anything.
Yes, to recap, though, also some stuff talking about that. If you're wondering why the episode doesn't exist yet, it's really fucking long. Luckily, I can make the joke, Lucky, that it's 5.5 Lost Belts long. But it's 5.5 hours recorded, so it'll get there, but not yet.
Yeah, but so we talked about Arknights. As I said, Azure Lane got my Neo Tengu. Still think, like I said, because I bought both the Black Friday lucky bags. I bought both of them. I was like, fuck it. I need gems and shit. So I bought them. I bought the 6th slot in my dorm because I'm like, this is super fucking useful. And then I bought the Kasumi costume and the Neo Tengu costume because out of the Dead or Alive girls, those two are my faves. I kind of like Honoka, but I feel like a lot of people like Honoka for maybe not necessarily... You can't see it, but Lucky's doing a lot of eye darting around as he tries to find the proper terms. Honoka's very stacked in a variety of ways. And honestly, I know nothing about fucking Nagisa or Misaki or... What was the last one?
Mary Rose, I think, was a name you didn't mention.
Well, Mary... Well, I know Mary Rose, but like I said, I'm not like super familiar. But like the other three, like I know nothing about. Because like I said, I do like Dead or Alive. It's if I was to pick a 3D fighter, it's the one that I would pick to play. Like I'm actually looking at picking up 6 and 5. Along with Venus Vacation, get the uncensored Switch version because Sony still has that stick up their butt. So I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I still don't know. I still got a couple days, and right now I'm just doing the once a day to get like the 800 points and oh, I don't want to be a monarchy. Fuck you. To you know, just get up my main because I was able to build all the girls that I could off the build, and the only one that I had to actually wait for was Neo Tengu. Something I do want to say I like about this Azure Lane event is they unlocked an extra commission slot and put...
Yeah, there's a special.
And it's just for the event, so you can generate, you know, like extra trying to think of the damn word. Event points, yes, points. And I like that because honestly, I've just been sticking to Dead or Alive units in there and letting them slowly get levels as I go. With everyone else. How am I gonna take out this fucking? Wait, actually, it's just a battering ram. I don't think it actually I don't think it can actually attack.
Yeah, isn't the battering ram a support unit?
Yeah.
It just gives guys extra siege near it, so you don't want it around, but it's not gonna be a problem to your.
All right, let's
fighting strength or whatever.
Let's slowly advance then. So, that's Azure Lane. Destiny's Child, they're actually in their 2nd anniversary thing. So it's been out for 2 years. Lucky's been playing it about 6 months. And they're coming out with a bunch of extra fun stuff. A lot of, free spins, free childs. A bunch of free stuff. It's a good time. They also have their next event going on. But, as I said, Destiny's Child, I think we have maybe including me, we have 3 or 4 players in the Discord, so I'm not gonna wax too long about that.
Nah, if you want to know more about Destiny's Child, well, look for the What's Up episode that has it in the thumbnail. I used the logo once because that was, I think, the first episode where Lucky was really into it and really explained a lot about it, and even showed some gameplay footage at points.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can check out prior videos to figure out. Some points about the game if you're interested. So I guess that's then that would leave just the big boy Genshin.
Yep, the big boy Genshin.
Tearing up the world.
So
I do truly think that Genshin is one of the first quote unquote mainstream gacha games. It trends on Twitter regularly when new banners drop. It's winning all these awards and stuff.
Oh, you're right there, you fuckers! You're right there, you fuckers! You're done! I'm glad I didn't build the encampment there, because it looks like this is all surrounded by fucking cliff.
Rip.
Also, if you, I like Destiny Child. I really do. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the child design. And I enjoy the mechanics for the most part. There's a lot of little systems in there. But like I said, it's a very it's not full on smooth brain, but it's very no brain. You can streamline it so much that you can literally set it up to just do things for you for all day and just come back to it later. It's not like an idle game per se, but it's not that far off one from one either.
Yeah, it's got a lot of auto stuff.
With Genshin, well, the new banner dropped. How is it pronounced? I don't know.
You guys couldn't see it, but I shrugged and made a face.
It's ZHONGLI. That's.
The construction of this building has
I don't know. I don't know how to say Z. I don't know how to fucking say Z in Chinese.
It's usually more of a J sound, so Zhong?
Yeah, I think it's Zhongli.
Zhongli? I think that's correct. I wouldn't know, though.
I wouldn't know. Is Dallas here to yell at me?
No, Dallas appears to be playing WoW right now. But Axe says it was the right way. He's probably talking with Dallas about that. They talk a lot.
Yeah, okay, I'll believe it then. Ooh, I can build Mont Saint Michel. Gotta say it right.
Pretty solid one for Faith.
Yeah, we'll go with Mont Saint Michel, and I'll put it around the theater district, so that my theater district will be surrounded by cool shit.
You can do a lot of fun stuff with that.
Actually, I'll save. I'll make that promotion. So the banner came out. Lucky dropped $100. He did. He has no self-control, guys.
Yes, Vesper, I know. I see. Well, I have the D&D chat muted right now, Vesper, because I'm recording a fucking show, and it's, Discord is very yelly. Oh, hey, a pronunciation guide for Nia characters. That's great. Bedo. yeah, I do have self-control, by way of which is I'm scared for my wallet, so I don't spend any money on Genshin.
The Navy
But
has
yeah, I was just gonna say, so I haven't rolled on the banner at all.
fine, I'll take
Yet.
Homer.
I did all the trial quests. Because I am actually playing, now that I've moved it over to my PS5, I'm playing Genshin at a decent rate. I'm back to occasionally taking an after... Not every other day, but definitely, like, a couple times a week I'll take an afternoon and just play Genshin for a few hours, do dailies, get stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I did all the trial quests, and I'm like, I like the new guy, Zhongli. He's got kind of an interesting build. With, like, the pillars and the meteor. Summon fucking rocks to blow people up.
As you do.
But I forget her name, but the punk rock chick is pretty cool seeming too.
I've been meaning to build a settler for fucking ages, and I just keep forgetting. Because I know exactly where I was gonna go. Yeah, but, I did, so... As Lucky does, he got basically all new people, and of course he... This is the thing that kills him. He knows that he's not going to level these people up. He just fucking wants them. Limited things just get lucky. They just get them. Not to mention, did you get further in the story?
No, I have not had time, because I got sidetracked by doing the Stars event, which I did. I believe I said that last week. I got far enough. I got him official. Wasn't actually that hard. I will say this. I fucking love how easy it is to do co-op with randos in Genshin. I did all the meteor stuff to get official and all those achievements with just going there and hitting the co-op button. It worked smoothly. I think I got kicked only once, and that was probably because, I don't know, probably because I didn't have like a microphone or something. But it was all so smooth. Destiny 2, do you hear me? You can matchmake with randos. Stop trying to make raids such a pain in the butt. Sorry, that's an Omega thing. I love matchmaking. It's great. I think I have the most friends, quote-unquote, who I could be able to play games with now than I ever had in my entire life. I still don't like to just be like, hey, guys, let's all go do the thing. I would probably, you know, like if I needed to do some serious level boss fights or whatever to do farming and stuff, I would probably be able to, like, oh, I'll get on that. I can hit up some stuff, but it's definitely not like a big exception for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, to cycle back, I've not gone farther in the story yet. I don't know, I might do that right now as my idle thing. Take a little break. Try
yeah, no, Lucky had one bad experience in which, he got kicked before he can get his reward.
Oof, that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, no, that Lucky had to stop right there because I was a little miffed.
Yeah. So, vote to kick, very important power.
Very important.
Should be in most of these games. But the people who kick can also be assholes. That shouldn't cheat you out. Like, I've run into that with I used to be much bigger into playing, not like pro, but I used to play Rainbow Six Siege fairly regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those people got a little snippy, and you could lose out on map rewards and stuff if you kicked or got cut before the map ended, which is not cool. So, like, you game designers should hopefully be able to balance that pretty good, because it's very important, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I got a lot of the stars rewards, but I didn't like get all of them because I messed up on my math and I forgot about a couple things, but I was still able to get official. Official has become my first full Constellation character. Any experience with Tor? I played the Old Republic for a long while. I never really think I had necessarily had a bad experience with it. Well, the thing, I can't remember any. I said it was an age ago.
Anything multiplayer.
It was an age ago.
That shit always felt so weirdly tacked on. I played it a decent amount. I should say this because it's been like free to play for several periods through characters at different times. So I played through like all the first planets as like Smuggler, Jedi Knight, and I think Sith Inquisitor. And you always get to like your next zone, and they're like, ooh, try matchmaking with people, and I never really tried that. I don't know. That always seemed like a weird tacked-on thing that BioWare did with Tor, right? Because those games were such classic BioWare single-player RPGs that also other assholes were running around in. I kind of liked a lot of the stories.
Yeah, I loved a lot of the stories. Like I said, I got a lot of the multiplayer, but I would say I got that because I was in, guilds. And, oh wow, okay, I got just, like, fucking 6 envoys? Sure, let's just... Actually, no, let's not. Yeah, I'm already past my fucking golden age. I'll just hold off and wait. This is the problem with dramatic games. Once you hit that golden age, you're like, wait, I need to save things for next time.
Yeah, because all it does is just... Because there's no normal age, it just, like, basically moves you to the next tier next time happens. So, there is actually not a lot of point in overbuilding, because you'll just get reset. Whereas in a normal game age, you will still get reset, but you have more wiggle room to be like normal age, then golden age, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier in dramatic ages. Which I don't think we talked about that, but we tried that for a multiplayer game, and I think we decided we don't like it for that just because it's too swingy.
Oh yeah.
People.
Yeah.
All these people talking about all these finished constellations on official and shit, and I'm just like, I got one for free. That said, I mean, I'm not buying extra spins or anything, but I think I don't have really good luck with Genshin either. That was on air last week when I got an all-weapon pull.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think Genshin likes me very much. It's okay, Genshin. I like you, though. You're cool. And you look very beautiful on my PS5.
Oh my god, I retreat. There's a sword. There's a sword, of course there is. I need more units. I guess I just have to get more units.
Well, you're starting to develop some shipbuilding knowledge.
Yeah.
If you can, I think, hold on, let me pop this into full screen. Well, it's still muted. Let me see with my eyes. Is your city actually on the coast?
Yes, I can build a harbor, and I
don't need to build a harbor. I don't think you need to build a harbor to pop a naval unit. It will just build in your coastal city, and you can move it out because they can stay in there too.
Oh, that's true.
So you could probably, if you got the production, build a quadrireme and then just go out there and start sniping those guys. Because let me tell you, kids, quadriremes, brutal. The ultimate weapon, the quadrireme.
Have my scouts even made it out? Oh yeah, they are. They have finally made it out over there. Now they're checking out volcanoes, both of them. They're like, hey, what's the Smoky Mountain?
I have really bad luck with volcanoes lately. Well, yeah. Bad luck where they're close to my cities. I mean, usually I learn to build around them. In my Japan game, I turned my one Bane volcano into a fucking national park. That was fun.
So
we were basically like, this mountain has been fucking with our tiles for thousands of years. We're just gonna wall it off. It looks pretty. Don't go there.
So, interestingly enough, I only have one land bridge, and it's protected by the city-state.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Though some AI civs are not shy about kicking the shit out of the city-states that are in their way.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard any declarations of things being destroyed.
It doesn't look like you're near anybody right now. Well, I think somebody asked this earlier. What map type are you playing on right now?
Continents and islands. The thing is, I'm playing an old, like, ancient world with, yeah, I think it was an ancient world. I don't know why I keep getting, like, a fuck tons amount of rain. I'm pretty sure I'm on standard. I don't know why I have all these fucking rainforests.
You might, since you're at the center of the map, you might just be equatorial.
Maybe.
If you, I think that's how it works if you do standard climate. Like in real life, shit is concentrated to the center. I usually spice that up, by the way. I think I've mentioned this. I usually do, like, because I hate cold tiles.
What? Oh, I accidentally...
hot and wet. You got a settler there chilling? So, yeah, it could just be that's where you're located on the map.
Time rolls ever forward.
Well, you got another island or continent above you there, it looks like. Sorry, I'm yawning.
Oh, someone beat me to Makisha. The asshole.
Spice it up, damn.
I'm trying not to chop the rainforest unless I have to. That's appeal and shit later.
Yeah, that's appeal. That helps regulate your global warming and shit. Also, I believe that can be a random agenda for AI players. There are some AI players where if you do that, you will piss them off and just I mean, you can get pretty far. I got into a pissing contest with Sweden in my last game, and after they got one of my allies declared war, I jumped in a war with them, and I just bullied the shit out of them with battleships. I pillaged all their shit for more money and bullied their cities a little bit until they were like, I will give you a great work of art and some cash for peace. Please leave. And I was like, cool beans. That's all I want. Now you know who's the boss. And we were basically just catty with each other until my culture dominated. But some civs are definitely more pushy than others.
That reminds me, I need to name my cities after fertility goddesses. We worship butts. Let me start with that.
Why would rainforests have negative appeal? Rainforests are cool.
Is it? Hang on. Oh yeah, no, they're uninviting. Interesting.
Well, yeah.
Naruto. And I found Lahore. Wait, actually, isn't Lahore?
That's a good one, I believe. I don't
Yes.
remember what they said.
Unit. Can buy. You can now train. Elaine unit. Yeah, I can buy a fucking unit with faith. Neat.
Sweet.
Well, I still can't chop them down willy nilly. I thought they were plus. Oh well. Shows what Lucky knows.
That's always my favorite age, basically. That one age where you can, wow, you, well, that's right. You play a lot of small cities. I'm shocked you've got a governor maxed out already, as opposed to appointing the other, like, 5 governors.
Yeah, people are always, oh, yeah, just get, like, these 1 or 2 upgrades. I'm like, but I'm like, but...
I mean, I do like going down the chains, but yes, there are definitely, and the game really, at certain points, rewards you for having more governors.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do a pretty governor-heavy strat.
Nah.
But yeah, what I was going to say earlier before I noticed that was, like, I always love that one age. I think it's classical is usually when you can get that golden age the first time. But that you basically only get one age when you can do it. But you get that one age where you can buy civ units with faith.
Oh, no, it's, you get 2 of them because it's monumentality.
Can you get it twice? Maybe I just always usually get blasted in the first time we switch ages.
Yeah, because because you can get it. I know you can get it in the classical era, and you can get it in the medieval era. Because I'm in the medieval area right now, and I'm using it.
So you get it in classical and medieval, but those like max 2 eras with again that first one, that switch from ancient to classical is always rough. It's always I've always found it to be a nail biter. But if you can get that, those 2 ages are some of the most kick ass because you're like, fuck, I don't got anything better to do with faith, settlers and builders, baby. And then later you can get, I believe that's just a straight up power of theology, right? To buy military units with faith, land units.
No, you have to buy the cathedral and the government building.
Right. Okay, that's the thing of the cathedral. That's right.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember all this stuff. There's a lot of little things.
It is a lot of little
That's
things.
fun, though not necessarily essential. Because honestly, I like the government district buildings a lot. They're very weird, though. There are some that are like, why would I ever pick this? But all of them are interesting anyway. I like that.
Time for food! Ooh! Oh, there's barbarians up there. Great. Barbarians to the front and barbarians to the back. Shit, maybe I should chop down some of these fucking... Actually, let me check my Great Works real quick. Why haven't I seen fucking Murasaki? Fuck. Also, I should probably buy this dude so I can get the next one cycled in before it becomes too late for Hokusai to show up.
Great people are weird sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
Time stuff.
Let's see here. So...
I mean, you know what I'll also get?
Famous.
You help yourself get kickstarted. If you have a Nazi eat resources.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm just talking to the thing about
And I deleted him.
people were talking about in the chat. Also, I don't know, given how Discord has been with some stuff, but if you heard any weird ethereal chanting, I am actually booting up Genshin to like do some dailies right now. And as much as I love the game, I will say Genshin has one of the like loudest start screens on a game I've had in a long time. Like, choir lady does not ever shut the fuck up. Like, Genshin is like, oh, you're on the main menu? Fuck you. Jeez, Genshin. Okay, fine. I'll log in.
Do I have another good... Oh, I could probably build a city over here. That'll probably be fine. Maybe...
Paimon sent me 100 primogens. That's cool. How much do I have for you?
An architect
Oh, wait, it's a new month. I can
Our people's
buy some more
discovery.
shit.
I think I'm only on my second archer. Oh, so sometimes Hokusai just won't show up. Well, I'm just gonna keep deleting artists until I'm out.
Sounds fair.
Actually, I have not heard Maya Sakamoto's new song. Listen, Lucky plays the fucking OPs like constantly.
Mm-hmm. I think specifically it was they did a new one for she did the
Yeah, she
OP
did.
or whatever for
Camelot,
which
yeah.
just came out, I believe.
Yeah, I knew she was doing it for Camelot, but no, I haven't heard it yet. I should probably listen to that later.
I think somebody posted it in our Discord somewhere. Let me actually check. Is it in music?
Give him the stabs!
Uh,
Or the slash.
there is a song in music. I don't know if it's supposed to be this song. Somebody also posted it in news desk. There is also, yes. Is that the same song? I don't know if it is because the YouTube video posted in the music channel is the full name that involves the really, really long name of the movie. And so the actual song name is cut off. But also somebody posted under Maya Sakamoto topic, Dokuhaku in news desk, which is absolutely not where you should post music, but whatever. That is not a discussion, Axe. That's like a factoid that takes 5 minutes.
Let's see, who do I want next? I'm gonna get more culture, so let's shove you in Anana. Also, shit, I just realized. Yeah, Herc's only got like fucking 7 turns left. I really... Okay, so I should probably... Fuck, okay. Me, I gotta stop being dumb. I'm being dumb. You see this guy? You got this guy playing right now? He's being dumb.
Yeah, it is Doku. Yeah, it's been posted
Alright.
multiple places.
There we go. Okay, that's been built. And let's get some culture. Let's get more culture. And then... Commercial hub. We'll just build that super fast too. Go, her, go! Who put the gliding gladiator? Hercules! I said, lucky he's been no-branding Civ right now, and it's starting to bite him in the ass, he's realized.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do my daily commissions, but I'm adventurer rank 30 now, so I could go up another world level, but I don't want to yet.
That's always the fucker.
Yeah, I don't think it locks me out of gaining new adventure levels yet.
No, it doesn't.
So
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I said 5 words of a Disney song, copyright. We're destroyed Omega.
No, our empire. So the game plays better on PS5. The wheel menu is still weird. Like I don't know if there's like some oversensitivity or something, but there's definitely some funny things where it's like it'll wrap around in weird places and click absolutely the wrong thing. But all right. What were we talking about? I zoned out as I was looking at myself and being like, I'm definitely gonna have to farm some Ascension materials. Yeah.
I think we're really just wrapping up Genshin. Like honestly, there's not much to talk about. The event's over. We're waiting for us. Leakers are going wild as usual.
The event was good. I know there's some like special story stuff, but I'm not high enough adventure rank to do some of that stuff, so I'm trying, but yeah. I have just now noticed because I logged in. There's apparently some kind of gliding challenge event. That seems neat.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried that out yet.
I'll look at it after I do some daily commissions. Because I'm pretty sure today I'm either gonna do this or Genshin, or do Civ actually, because I'm watching you play. It's like, man, I want to try some shit out. I want to do some shit.
The thing I'm most excited about HoloLive Indonesia Gen 2 is that Pochi did a design. So now there can potentially be mother-daughter collab streams, because Pochi is also a fucking VTuber.
Right. Similar to Ui, Subaru's mama from HoloLive. Who is suspiciously like Watame, but is not. They have been in the same room together. They're not the same person. But yeah, that could be interesting. That was immediately noticed, by the way, by us. Where, like they posted the 3, and I was like, hold on a second. That design looks familiar. Can I get a confirmation? Is that third girl a Pochigoya design? And somebody was like, yes, it is. And I was like, I did the unthinkable. I added Lucky, and I was like, alarm!
And Lucky just popped in, saw it immediately, and he's just like, There was vibration afoot.
I have not actually checked out their debuts because I don't know what languages they are in, but I'll watch clips.
I know it looks like English, like at least the one who.
Well, yeah, I know some of the ID girls have pretty good Indonesia, have pretty good English, but I'm like, I don't know how their debuts were phrased, you know?
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Got some fun designs. I've heard the first girl, whose name is like literally Kuaji crazy. Like she seemed to live up to her name and was pretty wacky and wild from what I heard. But I haven't seen any like super big clips.
Alright, I think I'm finally gonna get this fucking king. Lucky's not gonna consider shit.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of civs. They can be very fun to play around. But yeah, there's also a lot of them, so I'm like, I've never been in a hurry to try out a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, no, I try them out. Like, I usually try out a couple, but I always fall back to Tamar, because I know how to... Listen, guys, I'm having trouble as is. Do you really want me to try and do a fucking stream with a civ that I don't know how to play?
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if they meant it necessarily on stream, but like it's just like, oh, well, if you like this kind of style of play, you can try this nation. And sometimes it is good for people to say that bit, because I gotta be honest, I've read some civ descriptions and been like, I don't understand what you do. So sometimes a little bit of information is helpful, but in general, it's like, you've definitely tried more civs than I have, Lucky. I think people at home should know. They might not realize it because on camera you always play Tamar, but... And, like, usually when we do multiplayers, but also when we do multiplayers, I, like, usually play England, because that was the first Civ I ever played, and I understand their strategy very well now. It's called Build Royal Navy Dockyards, Control the Sea.
Well, yeah, like, when people see me play, I play Tamar because I know how to play Tamar, and I know what I'm gonna do. When I'm doing weird experimental shit, I get weird and experimental. But I have not tried Khmer yet. Khmer, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Khmer? Maybe?
Khmer.
I'm not an expert on... What am I, some kind of pronunciatologist?
Are these fucking guys going to just end me? Because they were able to get a fucking crossbowman out the moment I'm about to take their fucking camp?
Possibly. I do feel like the game cheats a little bit for barbarians. Where they're just like, barbarians shit at a random unit at the last minute, and you're like, why, though? Definitely. For Genshin, the thing I really need to figure out is how to beat up guys with geo shields faster.
Usually it's to hit them with big swords.
I don't own a lot of those.
Yeah. Honestly, that's usually been my method. If you usually hit them with like someone is wielding Claymore, they usually go down pretty quick.
I could try that. I kind of took Null out of rotation to try some other different units, but I could definitely go for a more balanced approach of dump. It's not like I ruled anybody else who does Geo either. I cry.
And yes, I guess the other way is to just use Geo against them. Fuck it. Go nuts, swordsman. You almost got him. I've been dealing with this fucking barbarian problem for like the past 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's rough. It gets like that. I mean, honestly, I think this way is... Well, the best way is if you can just... You spot them immediately, you get a couple... You get the unit train going, right? Like, my first build in Civ for my first city is always Scout Slinger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is the first two things I always build. I have learned that I always want to build that because you want to get that Slinger started early so you can get advancements into archery and shit and do stuff and just kick the shit out of them. But, like, this way of, like, a gradual prolonged conflict where you know where the barbarians are and you've got them relatively contained, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they're literally on this fucking peninsula.
Yeah, they're contained. They're not fucking your shit up. It's when you discover, like, you know, 1,500 years into your game that there's apparently somewhere out there are sea barbarians who've discovered your location. That's the real fucky one. Because then you have to, like, go hunting, and also they're just attacking your coast with impunity, and it's really annoying.
This is why I enjoy that I have, like, city-states all around me, because the seas are just a fucking live. Although it's all fucking archers and swordsmen. I'm realizing.
Yes, city-states as buffers is great, because if they see barbarians, they're like, oh, no, that won't fly.
I still want to be culture bombs, as I am actually the only person here. Fuck you guys. And you guys are going to go for production, because you guys always go for production, because you guys are predictable.
Church and state.
Do you even know who else is in the fucking...
No,
Congress?
I don't! I literally just got off the fucking island. I'm finally now exploring out there, and I'm finding a lot of, city-states. I found Hong Kong. Samarkand. Found Jerusalem. I'm gonna keep it away from Dallas, just to piss them off.
So, earlier we talked about the Old Republic and mentioned Bioware RPGs in Tangent.
Yes.
There have been some recent Bioware stories that have come up in a couple of places that we might want to bring up because we are about those games.
Yeah, so good old Jeff Keighley did tweet the other day that apparently Bioware will be talking about their next Dragon Age game at the Game Awards. And my immediate first thought is like, is this actually going to be about the game, or are we going to have deads in front of fucking scenic locations? Because that's what happened last year.
And the year before that. But I presume that BioWare is releasing this information, is having this call, because earlier this week, their previous head of studio and the guy who was the director for DA4 both left.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically, I think, the last of the big names at BioWare. They've had yet another shakeup. I don't know who the fuck is left at BioWare. I've heard that the Anthem 2.0 guy is going to head up DA4 now, which... I mean, like, I understand they're trying to, like, make Anthem good. That's cool. Isn't that guy kind of busy, and shouldn't he be dedicated to making Anthem good? I don't know. I'm not a fucking guy at BioWare, but anyway... so I feel like they were pre-planning this kind of, like, anyway, but they probably announced it because they were like, we need to, you know, shore up the fact that people let them know that, no, we are actually committed to making Dragon Age 4 happen. They said that the Mass Effect trilogy won't be affected by this, but also, I knew that already. Remaster trilogy. Like, okay, you can fuck that up. It's really hard, right?
Actually, are they even do the trilogy in-house?
I believe so, in-house somewhere. Because there are a couple different BioWare units.
Because that is sometimes some people do. Sometimes they'll just be like, here's all the game assets, make them look pretty, put them on the current gen, and give it back to us.
Yeah, I do believe that BioWare was announcing, and BioWare staffers were talking about doing the remaster. So yes, I do believe they were actually doing that part. But,
okay.
No, you, like I said earlier, you can fuck up remasters and stuff and remakes. it's very hard, and I don't think one guy leaving, even at a creative level, would have actually affected the remakes, right? Like, it's not like I don't like if you're like, oh my god, they're gonna change Mass Effect 3, they're gonna save Mass Effect 3 if you think Mass Effect 3 needs saving, which I don't. I'm just saying that if you're that opinion, you're probably wrong, and they weren't gonna do those changes anyway, right?
Yeah. No, buy her now! Buy her now!
So, like, yeah, no, there's the Mass Effect thing. There was nothing to worry about when they said that would be unaffected. I'm very curious to see what they have to show at the Game Awards about DA4, because I want DA4, but I also would like it to be good, so... And I generally have positive opinions of all the previous Dragon Age games in my own way. I also understand a lot of them had flaws, for lack of a better term, but I liked them all. You know, I don't think any of them were perfect by any means, but I liked all of them.
Did Rumi write the Ramayana? I just realized I wasn't paying attention. Son of a bitch. Oh well.
But yeah, so like I'm interested about DA4, but this is definitely one of those things where I'm like, DA4 could be awful.
Yes. Yes, it could be. Oh wait, there they are.
Which is not a thing you can say all the time about games. I know some people are very skeptical about all studios owned by EA at this point, but like, in general, actually, like, very few of those games are outright bad. I think some of them have been lackluster, like most of what EA has done until like the past year in terms of Star Wars have been lackluster. Actually, Fallen Order was late last year, but anyway, you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
The last couple entries, they've actually, like, Squadrons is good. I probably need to install the upscale version of Squadrons on my PS5 so I can play those new ships when they come out. But like, and Fallen Order was really good. Wait for that sequel announcement sometime. But they generally did very lackluster things with it. There were more impactful and interesting mobile games for Star Wars than there were for home consoles. All of which, by the way, were killed so that EA could make their own shitty gacha clone games that nobody likes. Sorry. True facts.
True facts.
Commander was cool, even if my tablet didn't like it. And I never got to play Star Wars Uprising. That was very early with the Disney switchover. Uprising was a canon-like RPG-type mobile game that seemed pretty cool, but it closed pretty fast. I don't know if it was just because people didn't give a shit or what. But like, there was a lot more ambitious stuff that is arguably coming back in popular Star Wars things that people like now in those couple of early mobile games than like half the shit EA has done. But anyway, it's interesting to say the least. So I'm like, I'm not one of those people who thinks like anything that an EA-owned studio makes is instantly dog shit, but I have seen that Bioware can go wrong. Bioware can fuck it up. Like, and not like in the way that some people think that Mass Effect 3 fucked stuff up. I don't think Mass Effect 3 was actually that much of a fuck up. Like, I do think that they did the thing where as writers and developers, they went for different beats than what the audience wanted and expected, which is always a tough sell. And like, I'm gonna say this, if you didn't like 3 or how 3 handled stuff, that's okay. I mean, I think for the most part it made sense, kind of. And sure, they simplified some stuff, but they gotta simplify some stuff. Like, we've talked about the unrealistic expectations game before as well. But
yeah.
I think Anthem was like a full-blown fuck-up. I have like read massive exposés about how nobody knew what the fuck that game was at any point in its development, basically. Which is wild, right? Like that game was hyped up for so long, and other than those 30 seconds you saw in like E3 trailers and anything, like for the longest time they didn't know anything about that game, which is wild, you know, and why Anthem was kind of a fuck up, which is a shame because it seemed cool, but I personally was like, as it got closer and closer to launch, I know, Lucky, that until it actually launched, you were you seemed like you were actually like still like, oh, it could be cool.
Yeah, I was.
I started to get worried up until that lead up to launch, where it was like, people are saying it seems like the game is really bare bones and like they don't know what the game is trying to do, and it was like, that's kind of turned out to be true. And I hope they have a No Man's Sky and like turn it around. Like, I never I am not one of those people who usually wishes failure on other people. Like, I would love for EA not to get an exclusive license for Star Wars for the next 10 years, because I think they have wasted the fucking license. But do I want EA to, like, eat shit and die so that will happen? No. That seems a little mean. There's a shitload of people at EA who are not evil overlords or whatever.
Yeah.
7 girls were chased by
But yeah, I'm a little
bears.
concerned about DA4. I want to see what they show, because I would like to be reassured. And like I said, unless it's, like, obviously really trash dog shit, I will probably still buy it. Keep in mind, Omega, am saying that. What I think is complete trash dog shit, which is probably a lower bar than a lot of people.
I mean, I
feel
enjoyed.
like at certain points, I'm pretty easy to please.
I mean, I enjoyed Andromeda.
I never got around to Andromeda, and I think Andromeda felt like mostly it was kind of rushed. I want to say.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna like try and defend Andromeda. It's like, no, it's a really great game. It's like,
We shall not cease
it's not a great game. It's still enjoyable.
and the end.
that's fair. Like, if you had fun, that's okay. I don't, unless it came in a bundle, I think at this point I don't think I would bother. But
Yeah, I wouldn't.
it seemed all right. Like, there's not like a lot of crazy stuff to freak out about it. And I don't, again, that was like, that's one of those things where like my standards are different than other people. Like, some people like are really mad at DA2. I'm like, how could you be mad at Dragon Age 2 though? Yes, I understand the fights were and maps were super repetitive, but like, how could you dislike it? It had Varric in it. Wow, I'm getting fucking manwiched. Goddamn. I'm trying a new commission with a slime balloon, and it's just full of annoying elemental enemies I don't like. And also it's raining for some reason. Because I fast traveled, I guess. This is wild. But no, like I could never truly hate DA2, even if I do admit it has flaws. Because, like, there was so much good there that I liked. And I think it's kind of the same with, like, I bet Andromeda is the same, like, because you played it, where it's like, if you play it, you admit there's some stuff that's not perfect, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's got the core, still does some Mass Effect-y stuff, right?
Yeah. You got
So, like, so long as they keep true to what I think Dragon Age is about, I'll probably be okay. But it could be a complete fuck-up. We'll have to see. You know?
Mhm.
And it's just, we'll hopefully see the Game Awards. Like I said, I hope they actually, you know, get some action out there.
Banana rotate.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
I just realized I have a lot of fucking bananas around here.
Yeah,
do
looks
something.
like you guys spawned at a really good research place. Or resource place, I should say.
Are these hills? Can I build farms on these? No. Well, I'll clear them out for eventual fucking thing, because I need to get the fucking dam out. Let's see here. Oh, someone took Jerusalem from me. Fuck you. I'm taking it back.
A relic. If we can house
How did I get a relic from that? I discovered a new wonder.
Yay.
Sometimes I always have this, like, the thing about Civ is sometimes I do something and then something happens. I'm like, wait,
How did that happen?
how did that happen? Then I have to look over at my sidebar of everything fucking hacking because I apparently discovered the Galapagos Islands.
Ooh, neat.
Yes, I'm a religious, so clearly I went on a crusade. And by crusade, I mean I threw more diplomats. I went back to my home city, I went to the diplomat cannon, I said, fire the diplomats! Or, excuse me, launch the
Galapagos,
diplomat.
I remember, is pretty fun. I found the Bermuda Triangle.
I love the Bermuda
Oh,
Triangle, I like how it
okay.
looks.
Yeah, it's super cool and it gives you bonus science. I didn't really get to exploit it, but I absolutely... There was a certain point where my production was so stilted that I was just like, I'll make civs, I'll make settlers just for fun. And did. So, like, there were absolutely some points where I was just
Oh wait, do other people have religions?
throwing settlers out, and I absolutely found an island with some resources next to the Bermuda Triangle and was like, I'll build a civ there, or city there. I never really got it to expand far enough to, like, exploit it, but I got a couple of tiles. It was pretty fun. Got some fun stuff.
Oh, I found Indonesia. Great.
Neat.
Those who found us weak litter the ocean floor. Yeah, but what about on land? How far away are you? Where are you? There you are. Oh, that's why you're trying to take Jerusalem. Okay. So...
But yeah, Game Awards should be hopefully interesting. Cyberpunk will be super interesting. Very excited to get in there. They showed off a new photo mode, for instance, which is apparently pretty high detail and involves a lot of dumb poses you can make V do. Including the Sailor Moon pose.
Yep.
Among other things. Many nerdy references. That's the thing I love about future shit, is if they actually reference pop culture. I know that was a big fear in early levels about like getting sued and stuff, but I actually appreciate when things do that. I think you've talked before about how we both like how Eclipse Phase will just reference real life people in pop culture.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's in the future.
See, this is like... Yeah, no, it's like, I don't think I'm necessarily... I don't know if I'm just like selling people on how hyped I am for Cyberpunk, but I'm super fucking hyped, y'all. Like, I cannot wait.
Yeah, you're a little bit more relaxed, I think, than I was, because you didn't pre-order as soon as I did. You waited a little bit, but no, you're in I know you're definitely in there because you did actually go through with your pre-order. You were like, I must lock this in.
Well, yeah, like, I logged in as soon as I figured, like, the only reason I waited is because I knew the PS5, I don't know how I knew, but I had a feeling the PS5 was coming out around the same time, and at the time, they hadn't given the information that, you know, things will be upgradable. Whether you have the PS4,
and I will admit that's one thing I could say about Sony is it took them a long, especially considering it wasn't actually that revolutionary. It took them a long time to publicly announce. I don't know if that was to make sure they had their backwards compatibility idea ready.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and like Cyberpunk turned into a pseudo launch title for PS5 for like a week there until it got delayed.
So I was like, I want to wait though. I want to wait, and then I didn't get a PS5, so I was like, well, fuck it. Give it to me.
Still rough out there for fives. I'm hearing preliminary reports that the 5 is outselling the Series X, but that doesn't mean a lot right now because scarcity for both is super high, and not helped by the continuing scalper problem. Though I do believe some retailers have actually started like taking note of like weird buy requests and stuff and blocking people.
Uh-oh. Did Civ bork? Civ might have borked.
That does happen sometimes. Sometimes too much shit happens.
Yeah, this is what I love about...
Not a perfectly optimized.
Yeah, so you PC elites, don't come adding me about your shit here, because I swear to God, my Civ borks like maybe maybe twice per game that I play.
Yeah, I think that's just a Civ thing. There are some things that aren't super optimals.
Yeah. Actually, so I gotta... There's gonna be a delay here while I...
Fiddle.
Troubleshoot. Oh, wait. Did I scare it? Did I scare it into working? Nope, we still borked. Come on. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Hang on one second here. Close window. It's so borked that it doesn't even want to close. It's like, no, we are here forever. Stare at the city of Tiamat, and behold,
there's definitely some stuff. Yeah, I know that there's some titles that are actually heck. I think Civ in general is feisty about closing. Like I've legitimately finished playing a game for the night, and then it will like freak out and lag while trying to close. It's like, no, but don't go.
We're friends. Yes, Zawaldo. I do believe they have a JoJo pose in Cyberpunk as well.
I'm sure they do, yeah. Got all the pop culture stuff. Super interesting. Ready to go.
Yeah, I think... oh my god, I think I might actually have to shut down because I can't get my fucking... Here's the problem. Usually if I can get Task Manager up, I can just close it from there. But the thing is... But the thing is, Task Manager is behind fucking...
Well, I mean, is this the time to end the show, Lucky? I just yawned really loud, and it is like 9:30 at night, and I feel like we're running out of stuff to talk about besides you yelling at Civ. Is it time to call quit to the show?
We might just... like, I was thinking about talking about tabletop, but... Fuck,
we're hopefully... Well, I don't know if we'll actually finish, but we're doing some interesting stuff on on the session. I don't know if we want to talk about it too much, but this might just be a good time to end it.
Yeah.
So sorry about the sudden stop down there, guys, but sometimes it happens. This is what you get with live stream stuff. Oh wow, I just realized I don't know when it was, but my Audacity is like lagging way behind on the sound waves. It'll be fine when I do the edit, but it's definitely a little confused right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess we should wind down. Oh. I mean, I felt like we were winding down, but ooh, no, this still popped in pretty good. Maybe not releasing Let's Talk FGO helped. I think we've gotten like over almost 250 playbacks to this stream.
Oh, wow, nice.
And we've got almost 30 people in here live. That's a good day.
That's a
Thanks
good
so
day.
much for showing up, guys. Like I said, I don't actually. Yeah, those 29 of you right here. Now's your time to make your voices heard. I know you're a small sample size, but let me know what your thoughts are. The episode of Let's Talk FGO is 5.5 hours long. Do you want me to release it tonight at midnight, or would you like to wait until tomorrow?
Speak now.
Yeah, like here's your flash poll chance.
Can we wait? Let's look at the Patreon chat, see if anyone's...
Fine either way. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, after midnight tomorrow. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people waiting. So, all right. It sounds like people are okay waiting. So I'll release it tomorrow then.
Righto. Oh, we got one midnight.
1 midnight. Okay. Well, I heard your opinion, sir, or ma'am. It does seem like overwhelmingly the flash poll effect is that people are okay with later. All right. So let's wind down. I'll do the outro. So Lucky close up his stream and close up the video.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, you're watching this on YouTube. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like. If you have any comments, leave in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for chatting with us live, by the way, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can also hit us up on our Discord. That link should be in the video description and in our channel page. Join in and talk with all kinds of people live. If you're new here and haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you can always get our latest videos, like more What's-Ups and stuff. And also, even if you're already subscribed, make sure to hit that bell for notifications so you always know when we post a new video. Because, you know, sometimes stuff gets posted weird hours and times.
Apologies.
So, you know, check it out. And, like we said at the front of the show earlier, also, consider supporting us on Patreon. I still record the audio for this version. If you want the downloadable audio, take it with when you go, listen back later. You can get that for as little as $1 a month or $10 a year. Because we do annual subscriptions, and it's really cool. And it helps us out. And we'll see you guys next week for another What's Up Live. I had some questions about my schedule, but I am free Saturdays, so it's fine. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with a slightly delayed Let's Talk.
Yes.
All right, that's the outro, Lucky. Whenever you want to put it to bed, take it to stable.
And we are done.